Yo, 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 it is Thursday night, and you know what that means? It's Wrestling with Knuckleheads. We live and we in the fucking building. What's going on, everybody? We got Ray, we got Gigi here.
Hey.
What's going on? What's going on?
What's up, Leroy? We see you. First person in the chat.
Word.
Yes, sir.
Someone be normal guy today.
Right
Somebody
shit.
was ready. Leroy's
It
like, where
waiting.
the fuck is Darius Carter? You said you. Well, you gonna have to wait.
That's right.
He's a busy guy. You gotta wait
He's
for.
a busy man. You lucky we got the blessings of the All-Father to come in. But it's all right. Listen,
That's right.
no, you wait your turn. You wait your turn.
We
You wait.
even started late because it's gonna be indubitably today. Okay. He
He ready. He's like, oh, bueno, me voy.
The fuck out of here.
My guy said, me voy.
Fuck out of here.
Me voy.
No.
Shit. What's going on, Ray? What's going on, Gigi?
No, I'm chilling, man. Just tired, hot. Another Thursday. Great day in the city, and then it turned into the most humid day it could possibly turn into, because sheesh.
Like this morning, I was like, oh, how we start summer like a nice coldish day, and then it was like, nah, here you go. You wanted summer. Here you go.
Here's
humidity like a motherfucker.
Oh man, the humidity was trash today. I was not feeling it. I was like, at first I walked in with a hoodie. Oh God, hoodie this. All right, cool. In the morning, time I left like at 5:30, I walked out with my hoodie. I said, oh no. I went right back to my store, took off my hoodie, put in my book bag, and they were all looking at me like, you coming back to work? I said, no, I'm just putting my hoodie in my book bag. It's disgusting out there. It's terrible. Y'all enjoy the rest of your shift now. Ciao.
Sayonara.
Sayonara. Ciao, bacalao. Remember what I say. Take care. Brush your hair. That's right.
Don't call me.
Thinking about brushing up and cleaned up over here. We got toe tags on, all buttoned up, tie, 2 chains or 1 chain.
One chain. The other chain is like, I got no neck for that one. You know.
Gotcha. All right, so you wanted to be able to breathe for this,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. It was hard enough putting that shit on yesterday, doing that damn
got the
shit.
sparkly little studs in and everything like that. Yo, you shaved your head too?
I didn't. I couldn't shave. I didn't have enough time. But you know what? It's all right though.
He was thinking about it though. He was like, "Shit."
Yeah. No time like the present. Just put some shaving cream on that bitch, and just, you get the little bald headed razor. You go near.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. Darius called I had to do another thing on my tooth, so some words are hard to say. But let me not say it in Japanese. In English this time, Darius Carter may be the old father, but I'll shave when Cosmic come on. All right, how about that one? There you go. You know what I'm saying? I gotta leave something to the imagination for her.
Nah, it's because she yelled at you. So
don't you think you should keep it if you're trying to save something for?
Listen, man.
He's
don't
still
analyze my words.
He's still a little shaking because he got yelled at the show. So
shit.
That's what's happening.
That was great. You deserve to get yelled at.
I mean, shit. As long as it's by her, it's all right.
Yo, she yelled at him so hard he forgot it was a Saturday show because he kept saying yesterday on Monday.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, at the show yesterday. I'm like, yo, son, it was Saturday.
Yo, I think I actually heard Ray actually was like, wait a minute, bro. That's not the right day, man. The wrong day, son.
I tried, but I was like, I'm just gonna let him go with it.
No, he was lost. He was gone.
Because I was off Monday.
The best part about this is that the whole time, while Toe was talking to Janaya Kai and to Gino, I see her. I say, what's up? Oh my God, hon, how are you? We gotta talk. We're gonna do this. She's talking to me about stuff about sponsorships and what she's planning on doing. I'm not gonna mention anything because I'm gonna let her talk about it, not me. And as we're talking, she had asked, like, I was like, no, she didn't ask. Let me correct. She hasn't asked about anybody. No, she asked except for Riley. She asked us for Riley. She won't ask for you, but. She was like, just because, and then I was gonna see where Toe is. Wait, where's Toe? Oh yeah, Toe's been over there talking to Janaya Kai for about like a good solid 20 minutes. I have no idea. I want to save this poor girl. She's like, he didn't acknowledge that I was here. I was like, no, ma'am. Nope, nope. He's been over there for 20 minutes. He's been over there for 20 minutes. 22 minutes. I'm starting to go ahead and add interest to his minutes and times the
I'm
way
like
he's
Kenny,
adding interest
Kenny
to Kenny
Chops.
Chops.
Yeah. Like shit.
So she was like, oh, we're gonna fix that right now. I say, yeah, no doubt. I got you. We're fixing this right now.
Yo, Gigi just sold out, told like, yep, he's over
No.
here.
Listen. She said we're gonna fix it, and she said we're. So therefore, I was part of helping her fix this. You know, because nothing's ever. We don't know if anything's the truth unless we catch it on video camera. So you know, I was just doing my part of the job. I was working. Remember how you said you was? I was working. I was working too. I was working on some extra footage for the Knucklehead Network for Cosmic.
I was
For
looking.
you.
I was looking in that section for Cosmic because that's where my Toei tingle was happening over there, and Janai was like, "What are you doing? What you looking for?" I said, "I'm looking for Cosmic." She goes, "Oh, I'll help you look for her." And then Cosmic popped up, and I was like, "Oh, you say her name 3 times, boom, she's there." And then Janai was like, "See, I helped you," and she left. Like you heard her famous last word. She's
He's
like,
like, no. Because Janaya said in the video, yeah, I'm walking away from this. And it says, I'm walking away. You hear her clearly. And if not, don't worry. I'll remaster the video where we can see the captions of what's being said. All right.
I don't know why, but I felt like that video, as soon as I made that face, needed weird ways to die.
All the dumb
It
ways,
was it.
dumb ways to die.
Bro,
Yeah,
that moment
that
is just
shit.
like, damn.
I was
Yo.
caught off guard because I heard her voice. I did the wait a minute, well,
You
hold
know
on,
what?
come on.
You know
Hey,
what
she was
popped
professional.
in my brain? The most funniest thing that popped in my brain was your sound effect when you sound like a baby, like a child, and then you're like, "I'm sorry,
Yo,
I was looking for you.
I was looking for you the whole time. I need work out.
my son turned red. It was like, I done fucked up.
Yo,
Yeah.
it's really like he got caught with the next chick. Like,
So me and Lay are looking. We're like, yo, we probably should go over there and try to save Toe.
And you
Oh
should
shit,
have
what's
been,
happening? Oh, we gotta go over there now. And then I get pushed. What the fuck?
because
Toe?
no one did nothing.
That's fucked up, Toe. How
Y'all
I get
didn't.
pushed?
Y'all did
push
nothing.
everybody away. And
Bullshit,
the
man.
first person he put, Ray, get away from me. Like,
You're the closest one. I'm not gonna push Janai because I like my life.
No, you took a step
Yeah.
to get to Ray, okay?
Yeah.
He wasn't the closest one.
I was like, look at him, man.
Yo, you fucked up, son, because I got a message from Auntie. She not too happy.
Yo, listen, you know something? I got a
Not
message
too
from
happy.
I got a message from Auntie too, and it was laughter. Okay, it was.
She
she
didn't
was,
give me laughter.
She was like, you got X amount of days to live, but you know something, yo? We're not gonna talk about that. Hey man, yo, listen, it was an honor to get yelled at by Cosmic. It was just, it was strictly professional between me and Janai. I'm telling you now. I thought about putting a post up, but I was like, let me not dig myself any deeper.
That's smart.
So-
That's probably the smartest decision you have ever made for yourself
Yep.
and
Yeah.
for the team. And for the team.
Yeah.
Especially for the team, because we're gonna start needing permission slips from your brother soon. Like, bro,
Listen,
is he allowed to go out today?
You guys set me up. I was frozen. I was in there doing my thing. I was setting up dates. I was like Paul Heyman, the wise man,
Yeah.
just going up
You
there.
know what it was? You know what it was? It
And
was
then
the blue
boom.
guys. It was the blue
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
They got him jumping. He was like, he
up.
was ready. He
All
was good.
all
He was
I
like,
heard was-
yeah.
All I heard was,
The boom.
excuse me, and my brain said, you know who I am? You know who I am? You're talking to me? I'm so I felt like Bruce Leroy or some. Lord Charles said it was nice to meet me, but it was like Cosmic said she knows who I am. She admitted to the public that she knew me. I'm wearing her down, Gigi. I'm wearing her down.
Yo, you're just digging her hole worse, bro.
Man.
Hey,
This
listen,
is
man.
more evidence for her to just yell at you again.
Yo, when I grew up, that was love. That's how love was shown. So, you know, I'm just saying, I'm not saying she's in love, but we close. I mean, on my side, it's close. And, you know, we reflecting. So, yo, today we got Darius Carter on the show. He's coming. He's going to be here a little late. He's not running showtime, but he's going to be on time when the show starts.
Yo, even Show said, nah, Darius not here. I'm out. I'll be back when Darius
Yeah,
is.
he was like,
Where
fuck it.
Joe did show up, and then he bounced out.
Word.
Show was like, nah, I'm not here for y'all. I'm early. Nah, yeah, Darius not here. I'm out.
Word. And it's good, too, because I didn't have to kick him out when Darius came.
Yo, where Kenny at? How
I
Kenny
don't
not
know.
show up for this? This is some bullshit. Yo,
Well,
See?
first, where the fuck? Wait, hold on. Wait. Where the fuck was Lay, Hutch, Krills, and Show when I was getting yelled at?
well, me and Lay had a nice conversation. Then we decided to come through.
And no
Like-
one helped me. If the shoe was on the other foot, I'd have jumped in that motherfucker. I would have been like, wait a minute. I lost my contact.
I think Show was with Krills or talking to Krills.
No,
Yeah.
Show was like, oh, let me record this in pitch blackness with no sound. Because the video I got was like, all you saw was a blue shirt and a little green hair and just wah, 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 wah. I'm like, wow, I can't even get my side of the story out. You know what I'm saying?
You mean your side of the story?
I'm
Your
about
side of the story was when I caught it right then and there.
No, no,
like, hey there, friend.
I'm about to dub it and be like, there you go, Cosmic. We was looking for you, right, Janai?
Yeah, we was looking for you this whole time.
See, we found you. How you doing, Cosmic?
I'm doing good.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I'd have dubbed it. And
You
then
were,
everybody
you
was
were
like,
better
that's
off
the
using
story.
Gino as an alibi than Janaya Kai. Because Janaya Kai might be like, nah, we weren't even looking at her for all. What were you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yo,
Gino, on the other hand,
Gino
he would have
boogied
backed
on the
you
other-
up 100%. Like, oh yeah, for sure.
Oh no,
We were looking for you up on the first floor, on the second floor. Couldn't find you.
did you see Gino's face? The minute that was Gino did the nope, I'm out.
Yo,
this
Gino
motherfucker.
knows. He wasn't messing with. He wasn't gonna mess with Cosmic.
He's like, I'm not staying around for this massacre.
Yeah.
Nope. Because if he dies and they start asking me questions, I don't know shit.
Word.
Fuck out of here.
Listen, man, just know if I didn't make it, just right on my grave, he died a happy man.
Oh man.
Wait, until that means you wanted us to get involved, for us to die. It's like, nah.
Yeah, I mean, we a crew.
Nah,
You know
bro.
what I'm saying?
Sometimes
So-
someone gotta
so-
take it for the team.
So, no, we will not die.
You ain't gotta die. You just
I'm
gotta be like, yo,
always,
listen.
so for me being the only female out of the group, I feel like I'm safe for the most part.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
instigated
I am.
this shit.
I'm normally safe. You know, there's not that many wrestlers that want to fuck with me and shit like that. But you know, no, I'm always safe.
Yeah.
So if you die, understand that Wrestling with Knuckleheads will carry on without you. I'll just ask Kenny for the logins and we'll just run shit. Don't worry, we got this for you, for the team, for the Knuckleheads, and then we'll make sure that your tombstone says "I'm sorry, Cosmic," and then that's it.
That's gonna be the post. We'll log into your account every day and
Like-
make sure it lives on. I'm still sorry, Cosmic.
And you
I'm
had to
still-
give me a green wig or something. And bury me in the green wig.
Yes, absolutely. With the little Sailor Moon, figurine.
Word.
Just so it's we know how you went. That was it.
Yep, that's how you went down.
Also, wait, I couldn't die either. I'm the newest to the group now. I
Yeah.
got an
mean shit.
alibi.
That don't mean shit.
I had
can't.
to stay here. I gotta be here for a
Shit.
little bit.
What's what?
He's
Plus,
not the
Auntie would've been
sacrificial
mad.
lamb. He's
I
not
was-
the
yo, listen.
sacrificial lamb.
I officially called the cops on Jody Lee because she attacked Cosmic after the match, and and this is the text I get.
So you're the reason we had that intermission. This motherfucker.
Listen,
I
man.
fucking knew it. I knew
You
it
know-
wasn't rain.
Listen, didn't
I knew it.
Didn't I say on Annie Up, get your hands off my woman, and then Jody Lee jumps her after the match? That was assault. That was battery. That was assault and battery. That was a AAA battery. That was all the batteries. And someone needed to let the cops know, and the cops was like, "Well, because this is an event, then they signed the contracts. We can't do nothing. But if it was after the event, then it was an issue." But you know what though? Sorry though, because eventually we're gonna get Joe Lee on here too, and y'all gonna forget this whole conversation, and ain't nobody gonna mention this.
This is on
Friends
the
is in
air.
building.
I feel like Toe forgets how a podcast works. Like he's just
At
self-incriminating himself.
9:24 p.m.
Prills entered
June
the chat.
22nd. Jordy Lee clip. Got it.
I am high on pills. There was a dentist, and something happened. That was I was at the and
It was a dentist. I saw shiny tools, and I was like, "Cool!" And then they hit me with laughing gas, and I was laughing.
Your mummy means your mummy.
Oh my god! All right.
Yo, even Chris is asking for Darius.
I'm about to say, while we're waiting for Darius Carter, do you guys want to go ahead and review anything of wrestling that has happened, either with the Bloodline, with Battle Club Pro that we just had? There's just so many things with wrestling in general. There's news about Carlito, basically making his big comeback to WWE, in Madison Square Garden, right? July 7th.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which I know Darius is gonna have to have something to say about that because he was supposed to face him the day after. He was supposed to face him on July 8th. So I know Darius is really gonna have some thoughts about this because he was supposed to defend his championship against him. So, yeah.
Wow.
Gigi making sure she has the note ready.
Notes. How do you feel about Carlito? That's it. That's it. That's the question.
Wow.
I'm now writing this shit down. I write shit down. I can't do that on my phone. Why? Because I will ignore it on my phone.
Yeah.
If I see it on a piece of paper and pen, it will stick with me.
No.
On my phone, I just dismiss all my notifications. I don't fucking care. It's like, oh, too many. No, I will not shop against Fashion Nova. Leave me alone. No, WWE, I don't care about your 25% off. Buy one, get one. I'll leave that one open. Facebook, fuck Facebook.
Word.
See, it's a group chat.
Someone poked you. What? Yo, somebody actually sent me a poke. I was like, we're still doing that?
In 2023?
That's a thing still?
I guess so. It said somebody pokes you. It's like, who the fuck? Who does that?
That's worse than when they say deer.
That's how you know it's a scam. They use the word deer in a fucking sentence. Nah.
Yo, this woman hits me up. I look at her profile. I'm like, okay, she looks like some kind of model. It says some shit about podcasting on the thing. I said, hey, how you doing? And then, what's your name? And purposely, I put toe tags. Because usually people are like, no, what's your real name? Or do you want, you know what I'm saying? She goes, oh, that's cool. And then she said something else. She's like, hey, dear. And I did the delete. Said, you're a fucking bot, or you one of them fucking, you from South Africa trying to be a fucking Swedish woman or some shit. I don't know what the fuck.
I got hit up today with, hey, Gigi, do you want extra followers? $10 gets you one this. $20 gets you that. And I was like, no, we're not doing that. I'm not doing this dumb shit. And why would I even try to buy followers? I like my shit to be grown organically. There's already bots that are following me organically. All right. I don't need a random 1,000 fucking people following me with a fucking profile account that was just made 2 hours ago.
Yeah. Yo, bots are liking my stories. They're liking the shit out of my stories.
Porn stars are like,
that shit.
Yeah.
Like, I open my story and I'm like, yo, why I got so many likes on this? Then I look, bot account, bot account, porn bot account.
Chatterbait.
It's like, the fuck? Yo, that fucking video I did yesterday, that reel I did of fucking Pena.
Yeah.
All of it was just body count. I was like,
yo, you know what? You know the biggest post I have that the female bot accounts love is the one I put up of Jorge Santi. every time I get a bot account or a cam girl, it's always they like Jorge Santi's post that I put up. And
I
I'm
mean,
like,
he is the inner city king.
yeah, I was like, I like,
Even though they're bots, it's like
yeah,
they
it's
gotta
like, okay,
type. They
I
like
hear that. I hear that.
They
Then
saw
I
the
get
word king. Oh, he's
yeah.
a king, is he? Royalty.
Yeah,
They're
then
like, we
I
get more
get
money.
oh, send this video to this account, we'll post it.
After
Fuck
you. I
Yeah.
love those. I love those. Send this to this account after you.
Yeah,
You
I'm not.
first.
I'm not sending shit to nothing. Yeah, it's like leave me alone. How about that one? Just like, subscribe, and go fuck yourself.
Facts.
You know, shit.
Oh man.
But yo, Forbidden Door is Sunday,
Yo.
which that one snuck up on me.
That
I didn't
card,
realize how close we were getting to Forbidden Door until the cards started stacking up rapidly.
Yo.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know, I think it's about it's 10 matches,
Yeah.
including the buy-in.
Yeah, that they announced last night, which it's a stacked card though. Like there's
It
no
is.
like sleeper match. Like this whole card
It
is.
is. We're not going to be done with this pay-per-view until Tuesday night, right before NXT, so that way we can go into Wednesday into Dynamite. That's exactly. We are spending the whole weekend and a few days with Tony Khan.
Yep.
No word.
Legit. We're gonna be live and still like, okay, hold on, y'all. We gotta still watch this match.
Right.
Yo.
We're gonna end up doing a watch along on Wrestling with Knuckleheads next week because Forbidden Door is still gonna be running.
Yep. By that point, maybe then we'll get that trios match with Sting, Darby, and whoever's the mystery partner. We'll be there like, okay, they're about to get in the ring. Let's find out who this mystery partner is.
Who do you think that is the mystery partner is going to be?
Rumor is Shingo, just because of them teaming up last year. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's Shingo again.
Okay.
A lot of people want Naito, but unfortunately, Naito is another one that AAA CMLL issue plays a factor. That's why we can't get Lucha Bros in there. We can't get Andrade in there. I'm surprised we didn't get Rush because Rush is free. He's a free agent now, but we get no Rush either.
Goldberg.
Fuck
You know, bro, no, the fucked up thing is so many people are saying that.
And
so
then
if that happens on fucking Sunday,
I'm turning it off.
bro.
I might have to buy Forbidden Door though. I can't at this point. These streams that we're trying to like go and find and shit like that to save ourselves some extra money never seems to work anymore. They're really zapping the fuck out of them.
Yeah. It's because they've gotten like a hang of it. Like even promotions now are looking for them. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like I've seen it. Like at one Impact show, I remember seeing like them. Oh, look at this. They have it here. They get it taken down. Like promotions are looking for these streams to make sure. Nah, you got to pay full price for this one. Yo, PJ Savage in the building.
Yo.
Yeah.
What's going on, PJ Savage? My man, yo, what's going on, brother? My man just won the title, right? He just won the title.
He won the Sanctuary Championship. Yeah.
Yes, and there was no ropes in that ring, right?
I
It
don't
looked
remember.
like.
I know he's about to fight Auntie too, though. So I don't know. I'm a little.
Oh shit.
PJ about to fight Auntie.
Ooh.
He's in a feud right now with my best friend. I just saw him get attacked by my boy on Saturday.
Oh,
sorry,
man.
PJ. I'm sorry. You were in the wrong place at the wrong time, my dude. I'm sorry.
PJ, we're always here for you, baby.
Hey, yo, PJ, I know how you feel because I got attacked also Saturday.
Yo,
I got
probably at the same time you're getting attacked and I'm just watching, and then he's getting attacked by my boy. So it's okay.
I got hit by a chair. I got attacked by people.
I took the ropes off so the little shit couldn't use it. Bueno.
Facts.
That's it.
There you go.
Man shit up in this motherfucker.
Well, again,
we don't need no ropes.
Though. Congratulations on winning.
Word, yes.
Congratulations on winning that title, my man. Good shit.
We ever get that knucklehead street fight, the street match happening, we're gonna take the ropes off, and we're gonna get a Kia accent just running up and down the ring. And if
What
you
is
get
it
hit
with
by
you
the
and
car,
adding a car to this? It was like he was so close. I'm like, you know what? I could see this, like a gang warfare type match.
yo,
But
because it's
like,
a street match. Show made it. This we got to be in the literal street where there's a car that could come and hit you.
I don't think I don't know, man.
Oh,
Yo,
don't do that. Don't put us in the middle between you and Auntie Lala. Oh man, don't do that. You're my peoples, but that's Auntie. Shit, we gonna get in trouble. Bye.
I'm not agreeing with any of that statement.
I was trying to escape.
I know Auntie about to hit him with that lariat, and
Woo!
then my goat's gonna choke him out with that sleep paralysis.
Have you been watching Auntie fly lately?
No.
She can fly now. PJ, she can fly.
Yo,
And do backflips.
yo,
Go
she
get
hitting
her
that
head.
moonsault.
Oh
I used
man.
to clean.
Oh man.
I'm
Lala,
not saying I was
do
threatened.
not want parts of this. No shit.
bro.
Oh man, where's that Jameson? I'm stressed now.
Oh man, we might need PJ Savage and Lala on the same stream. Let them get at it.
Oh,
Gonna fly and I'm
move
gonna move out the way like so.
You know what's sad though?
Yo,
Why don't
I'm
more
so
people
sorry,
do
Lala.
that?
I'm so sorry. I don't mean to laugh.
I don't know.
See,
More
now
people
I'm getting
should
in
do that.
trouble.
Just
Seriously,
walk
yeah.
away. Like usually you're able to see it. Like just walk away.
No, but
Yeah.
I do gotta admit that move, like just walking away to the way Samoa Joe does it, is really fucking
Yeah,
great.
he do that shit
You
smooth.
look like he's about to get it, like, nah, fuck this guy. It's great.
Yo.
And then the face that he puts onto it is just fucking did that.
I
It
just did that this week. Damn, PJ just letting people.
I do that every
drop
day
right
with my customers. They come up to me and be like this. Yeah, nah.
now. Yo,
Call customer care. Fuck off. Leave me alone.
yo.
That doesn't sound like a me problem. That sounds like a you problem. Oh, man. Ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and check out our boy PJ Savage's IG page as he just went ahead and moved out the way.
Yo.
Like with Joe when somebody was flying to him.
No, that's gonna be a good match next week. Him and Lala's gonna be good. Like I had Barton on yesterday. We promoted that whole show and like they have a nice card for that versus show. IFC versus Super Kick.
And that's gonna be in Jersey?
Yeah, it's gonna be at Ridgefield Park next Friday. Oh wait, no, following Friday. My bad. Too many shows.
Hit the floor hard as shit.
Damn.
Oh my god!
Yo, the fact that
man.
he keeps calling her princess. Auntie's pissed already.
Oh man. I feel like we're in trouble and we didn't even do nothing. Like,
now you know how me and Kenny felt when all we did was say we was gonna put right through a table, and next thing you know,
you saying stupid shit like that. You don't say shit like that.
I was just you pushed me. Again, you already on.
You know what's the problem? Sometimes you don't know when to stop, bro. You had her. You had her at amateur Lithic, all right? If you
were good.
You know, you had her there, and then you lost her when you said you was gonna drag this man. Oh my god.
We gotta lay in the building. Oh shit.
Oh shit. The man has returned. The man.
Yo, you know what it is? It's because
the legend.
We're getting up on toe.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's the only backup I got, PJ. Lay is the only backup I got.
And Lay was like, "Nah, I gotta come in for the hot tag."
Yes.
That's it.
Yo, so he's good. If Ruthless Lala could pin PJ Savage, then he would not call her princess no more. But wait a minute, guys. We got the All-Father, the Dancing Destroyer, the King of Sting, the Count of Monte Fisco, the Thane of Pain, the Prince of Punch, the Massive Disaster, the one, the only, the All-Father Wrestling's greatest prize, Darius Carter in the fucking building. What is going on?
Yes!
Sir, let me put you in the middle over here.
The greatest of all time, the best thing going today has entered your space and he's in your face. Let's make this money.
Yes! Mr. PWI 149 is in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right.
Get your wine glasses out because this is the classy and sassy one. Yes.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
So, real quick, Mr. Darius Carter. Do we call you Mr. Darius Carter or do we call you Mr. Allfather?
You can call me whatever you'd like to call me that is within that respectful vein. So
Okay.
I will take that as you deliver it.
All right, cool. So, show you got to call him Mr. Allfather, Mr. Darius Carter when you get on because he's late and we don't accept that shit here. I'm all dressed up for you, man. I got my tie on. I got the ear. I got all the Rolex. I got everything I need to.
I'm with you, baby. Let's
There
go.
you go. That's how we do it.
Profiling.
That's it. That's it.
Come on.
You
Come
know,
on.
shit.
What are
Get
we
the shoulders
talking
going. Shit, I've been saving that intro for about 2 years now since I saw you at Jabba Slam, for the first time.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Shit.
That's it. What was I? That was that Savannah Evans?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I remember my boot remembers. I still have her face on the bottom of it.
Oh wow. Yeah.
So she took that to Impact and Scott D'Amore.
Damn.
Oh
But-
my heavens.
So usually we start off with 6 rapid questions, right?
Please.
All right, so I wrote down a little bit more than 6, just in case if some of them won't hit hard. You just keep quiet. I'll go to another one that sounds better.
I love it.
All right, the first one. Let's see how old school you are. It's 7:00 on the dot. Where am I and what am I doing?
Still at work, still in the office, still managing stocks and all these other things. Yeah, I'm still in the office. 7:00.
Nah, you should be in your drop top cruising the streets.
I get in the streets. I'll get out by maybe 8:00, something like that. Yeah, it's a long days, but it's the hustle that keeps me alive.
Nah, I hear you. So, in the multiverse, are the other versions like you just as great, or do you have to give them a workout plan?
Oh, they're just as great. There's probably I think Kang probably ripped off my stuff. There's probably a council of these Darius Carters out there somewhere. I'll tell you what, one thing I always say is Moff Gideon is probably a multiversal version of Darius Carter.
A dream. They came to me in a dream and they told me about that. That's why I had to ask you just to, verify. You know what I'm saying?
I've never seen anybody, nothing like it. I'm looking at this and I was like, it's like this, like whoever wrote this, they tapped into the backstory of life or something, because the Moff Gideon is such a similar a parallel of what I would be in that universe. So that's definitely a multiversal version of Darius Carter.
I hear that. Yo, were you the first man to ever rubber baby Bubba Bunk? Got him. All right, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. The conversation is over. Y'all have a good night.
Let's say let's say yes. Let's say yes.
All right, cool.
I love it.
How many people thank you a day for your greatness?
Not enough. Not nearly enough. It's unbelievable. Some of these people, you help them, you help them get to places, you help them get the TV, pseudo TV. Sometimes they remember you, sometimes they don't, but not enough people.
I hear that. And the last question, can you trust a spot that doesn't fully cut through a sandwich?
Depends. I'm going to go ahead and say, you know what? I'm going to say no.
Yeah, I don't trust him either.
Yeah, I'm just, if my immediate instinct isn't yes, then I'm going to go no.
Nah, because it's very important. If you try to put that sandwich apart and the bottom is still together, your knives, they're bootleg.
Yeah, no, that's we like neatness, we like preparedness, utensils if needed, hopefully not. But yeah, no, that doesn't fly with me. So yeah, the more I'm thinking about it, it's a no.
I hear that. And there goes our 6 rapid questions. I like to break the ice.
That was great. Got me with that middle one, the baby bubble butt.
I strive to make sure that we're not like any other show out here.
Oh, you already not. Believe me. We're 2.5 minutes in, if even that. And that was lovely. Good work.
I'm gonna need you to do me a solid though. I need you to hit Darius' music one more time. We got one little surprise coming in right now. I'm gonna need you to hit his entrance music for me. That's right. We got a little surprise.
Let's go. All right now. What'd you say?
No, wait, and on that, she's like, I'm
Oh,
gonna
my
wear the
goodness.
robe, like, yeah, he has his jacket and everything, and I'm gonna
Oh,
walk out like that.
that was the
like,
runway. She walked the
That's the
runway.
runway.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
My goodness.
She gave you the little shoulder shit and everything.
Well,
Okay.
oh. What'd you say?
Oh man.
That was it.
Goodness gracious. Stunting on me. That's unbelievable. I am the All-Father. You can't stunt on the All-Father.
She's doing it with admiration. She's like, I'm gonna rock it like him. I got
Good for
this.
her.
Before you came on, she was cursing the shit out of Toe.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
so cute.
Yeah,
Great shit.
man. This
I know
little
that
girl
more
got the
fucking collection
biggest
than
balls
you.
I've ever seen in my life.
There was some studying of a little bit of DC there because that shoulder was so frigid.
Mhm.
That was cold to the touch.
Yep.
My
All she
word.
need was that mask.
Ooh,
That's
didn't
it.
even
It'd have
need
been
it
over.
at that point. I love to see it. Goodness gracious. Classmates running scared. Oh my God.
Oh man, but thank you so much again, Mr. Darius Carter, for joining us on the Knucklehead Network. We are so ecstatic to have you. We've been waiting for this to happen. Man, we want to know a lot and a little bit of everything about you, what you've accomplished, what you grew up to, and everything like that. Let's start off. What got you into like being the fucking wrestler? Like this is what you were going to do for the rest of your life, and that was it.
So what's funny is it all started with my great grandmother, and she was the biggest wrestling fan, and I'd see her every Sunday, and she had a rocking chair, and I'm telling you, like, kept me. I learned so much at a young age. Like she kept me. She always had these board games and things like Operation and things like my mind was always moving, but we always watched wrestling every single time I was there, and she's really what got me into it. She liked the tough guys, and she didn't like the so she wasn't about Hulk Hogan at all, but she was all about like Ric Flair and those sort of characters. So I really was young and then kind of started backwards with wrestling. So I watched those 80s types of wrestlers when I was young. Even though I was in the 90s, I was watching the 80s. So it was, I guess it kind of started there. And Ric Flair was the guy. I mean, that was just, I just knew, you know, I've never been one of those people that's, I don't consider myself so much of a dreamer. It's just kind of like, if you want something, go get it. And I just knew this is something this world I have to be immersed in. I have to find a way in it. And that's what happened. It kind of took off. 2008, when I went to college, 2 months after that, a friend of mine who I was wrestling with, we were doing like the backyard wrestling and stuff like that. Nothing crazy. It was pretty cool because it was all segmented and it was pretty cool, but nothing wild. But he was training at BWO, which was in Hasbrook Heights at the time. This is November of 2008. And he was just like, hey, like, I could see you really want to do something with this. He's like, why don't you come with me to come train? I said, absolutely. And it was as simple as that. He was actually a pro, and he was just doing some backyard stuff, you know. And he got me in, and that was it.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it's always been part of your life, always been. That's dope. That's dope. Always have like the abuelita to kind of introduce you. And she's like, I love how it's like, nah, I don't like the good guys. Them bad boys though, they're the truth. They know the deal. I love that.
Because when we talk, we're making sense. And I was wrestling. I was always wrestling too, like with the kids in the playground. See, that's the thing is like wrestling when I was coming up was so popular. Like everybody loved it, like guys, girls, and I can imagine they're just looking like, you know, these teachers like, what's going on? But like we used to do like Royal Rumbles during recess, like it was so everybody was in on wrestling. You know, nowadays, even though there's so much of it, it's not the same. But back when I was coming up in the 90s, every single person, we used to play a particular, we'd pick a wrestler and we would go out and again, I'd be Ric Flair or I'd be The Undertaker and we would just we would do the Royal Rumble, use the Jungle Gym. It was, and it kept us connected. We always used to look forward to recess. And I was really kind of always wrestling. And then once that door opened, I leapt in and thinking of 2008. So that's, I'm coming on 15 years, so it's wild. And I never stopped, I never had an off period. Even if it was once, twice a month, I've always kept with it. I've never been injured, knock on wood. So it's amazing to think how long it's been. Really. I try not to think of that. But, people just acknowledge me as a veteran, and I'm just like, yeah, that's it. It's the best thing you could ever be is a veteran, and I don't mean like a vet, to term it, but I mean like experience is the best thing that I've accrued. You put your matches together way easier. You know yourself inside and out. Like there is no doubt in any aspect of my game, and that comes from not just confidence but experience over time. There's no teacher like experience. A lot of people are trying to rush it. They're a year in and 2 years in, and it's like you just can't get it in 2 years. No matter how good you think you are, no matter how good I was when I was 2 years in, I wasn't beyond wrestling. But it's not the same. You got to get that time. You have to put in the reps, and then once you start seeing it, you're like, okay, wow, like,
But that shows, though, again, your wisdom has now become something that you would have loved to know when you were still, to throw it back a little bit, that debonair millionaire.
Yeah.
You would have loved to have that knowledge then that you have now.
Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, it's always hindsight 2020, that sort of thing. And it's real. And it should be that way. If you can't look at your last year and say, wow, I could have done this better, then you're in the wrong business and you're living the wrong life. So much, man. So much learned. So much of an evolution of Darius Carter and how I got to where I am. It started off as it was always money, because I always did well for myself. And my mother was very, very smart, is very, very smart. And I learned at a young age to save. I learned at a young money to build, at a young age to build money, I should say. So I was always, no matter what I did, dollars here, dollar there, I was always very smart with my stuff, and then it just materialized. And that was always the persona. There was always money involved. But when I first came in, it was more like young money, hop about the bed, turn your swag on type thing. I used to come out to that, to Soldier Boy. And everyone, and then it evolved into a mature wealth. It went from young money to mature wealth, and that just brought even more of the intelligence out, even more of the smarts, and it just evolved. All this has evolved. It didn't start like this,
Sorry about that. No, but when I first saw you, I remember Kofi Wheatston from the Dirty Heels. He's doing this and he's praising you and all that, and I'm like, yo, like the music is dope, the match is dope. You come out and your presence is strong, and I'm like, yo, this dude is dope. And then you throw a kick at the kids, and you instantly turn me. I was like, what are you doing, throwing kicks at kids? What is it? And I'm screaming at Kofi, this is your guy. This is your guy. And from then I was like, this has to be the greatest heel I've ever seen. Within an instant, I'm in love with you, and then I fucking hate you. I'm like, you're kicking kids now?
That's what the game is, man. And it's funny because I'll watch some of my stuff back, and I'll be like, God, that guy. I'll be like, how do you not, I'm like, how do you not hate this guy? And it's me, So I always try to look at it as someone on the other side of the rail. You can't just look in the mirror, look at yourself. You have to be like, how can people perceive me? And I get it. I do, and that's what I want. I always want it to be something different, and something real, not for the sake of being different, but like Ric Flair was just different, and he was himself, but he was different. There was nobody like Ric Flair. There was nobody that walked it, talked it, and then the guy was vicious, because a lot of guys, they come in, look good, and then they're cowards. They run away, and it's like they can't fight their own battle. Like, Rick was the guy that would come out in a suit in the morning, and then at night he's shoving your hand in a door, in a car door, like that to me was all encompassing. And that's always something I wanted to be. I wanted to be somebody that you look at from every angle and you're like, this man's complete. This is stacked. I mean, stacked. That's always what I wanted to be. And I always wanted people to have that experience. I want everyone, kids, teens, adults. I always wanted to cater to those demographics because I've been a fan as a kid, as a teen. I never stopped being a fan. A lot of people, mid-2000s, I stopped watching, then I came back in. I never stopped watching wrestling. That's the difference between me and a lot of people. Is a lot of people now, they don't even watch a lot of wrestling. They're wrestlers, but they don't watch wrestling, which to me is mind-boggling. But I never stopped. 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, mid 2000s, through school, through everything. And that again, that helps build you too, because what you got to know, you got to watch. You have to watch. You have to see what's going on around you, and if you really fit in that world. And to me, wrestling is it's the greatest thing on earth, man. There's nothing like it. There really is. It's crazy. It's wild. It's political. It's at times it's completely disgusting. But it's not the sport that's disgusting. I always can separate the sport from the people that try to manipulate it. And that's why I've never dwelled in misery or why am I not here? Why am I not there? It's like, I know why I'm not certain places. It's not because of me or my ability. It's a lot of people lurking in the shadows, and they want you to fail. And for a multitude of reasons. And that's okay, because that's like, it's not motivation because I'm already motivated, but it's like, that's like, I'll shine the light in the darkness and you'll scurry. You know what I mean? You're the one scurrying, not me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Not even a blip on your radar and shit.
It can't, because it's been like that. You know what I mean? It's been like that my entire career. So if I dwell on that 13, 14 years into the game, what have I learned? How have I grown if I'm still afraid of the people around the corner? You know what I mean? I walk around that corner with confidence, and it scares them. They hate it, but it's like kindness. They hate kindness. They hate authenticity. That scares people more than anything else. So that's the game, and I play it, and I do it every day, and that's part of my life. And I
intimidates them. They're not ready for it.
No, they're not ready for it. Why am I not on TV? Because they're not ready for it. It's okay. You'll be ready one day.
Yeah,
you'll be ready one day.
You'll
be ready.
Yeah. Because those people have an illusion of power. And once you take away that illusion of power, then they start getting scared. Like, wait a minute. What's wrong with this guy that he's not afraid of us because we're supposed to look like we're in control? And nah.
Right. We're trying to pull puppet strings. I'm there to do whatever you need me to do. I'm a businessman first and foremost. You know what I mean? But like, I know who I am.
Yes.
And a lot of people are identity fluid. They will switch themselves up to fit in a box. And sorry, not sorry. That's not me. I am who I am. And the promotions that see it, they pick me up. And the next thing you know, I'm running game and I'm champion for 200, 300, 1,000 days. It's like, I don't write this. I don't politic this. I don't ask for any of this. This is because I show up to work and I make sure that I do my job. I make sure I do it to the best of my ability. And if I can do it better than everyone around me, that's what I'm going to do. And that's the way that I've always lived my life. And rewards do come to people that play the game the right way. And I've played the game the right way. I haven't had to step on anybody. I haven't had to manipulate anybody. I haven't had to make special requests or ask for favors or ride coattails like a lot of people, like certain people who are champions on TV today. So it's okay. I did what I needed to do to get to where I am. And next thing you know, Fightful. Next thing you know, X-Pac. Next thing you know, interviews. It took me a long time, and it's going to take me longer, but my record is clean, and my sanity and my soul is clean. And that's the stuff that makes a legend. That's the stuff that makes you a real top guy. Not somebody that had to cut somebody, steal from somebody, knock them off, hope you don't see them again. I'm not scared to be in a room with anybody. Some people, man, that are in good positions, they don't want to be in a room with certain people. That doesn't work for me. I'll be in a room with you.
Nah, I hear you, and that's the best part about you is like when you're yourself, you show us something that we never seen before. But if you're playing a character, you're trying to be someone else, or you're faking it, then you're cheating us. Like there isn't another Darius Carter out there. No matter how much you would say like Ric Flair did this and this and this, and you could probably model some of what you do off of what Ric Flair did. He's not Darius Carter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you put your own twist to it. You know what I'm saying? And if you was trying to be someone else, we wouldn't get this version of Darius Carter, and then we would be cheated out of all this brilliance that we see. And I'm not trying to blow smoke up your ass. It's just it's just something that I like to tell people: if you be yourself, that's what we appreciate. You know what I'm saying?
You're different. Everybody is different from the next person. We are not all the same. All this kumbaya, communism, and socialism, that's cute on paper. Again, it's the best thing on paper, but when you put us all next to each other, we're just not the same. And there's nothing wrong with that. I wish more people embraced that. I wish more people were like, hey, look, I can be me and it can work. People don't believe in themselves, and that's why they sell their soul to a fake devil. And that doesn't work for me. My soul is intact. And that's because I am who I am. And I know, okay, look, man, I could have done this better. Oh, I might have made a mistake here. And I can look in the mirror and say that. And a lot of people can't own up to mistakes. They can't own up to errors. And it's like, look, there's all these mediums for you to learn. I mean, Dark Side of the Ring is one of my favorite things. And it's like, there's a ton of mediums for you to learn. I mean, watch promos, watch interviews, watch your favorite wrestlers talk. I listen to Ric Flair, and I'll listen to a lot of that podcast and to him and to Regal. And it's like, listen, you can learn from their life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
People don't, they just watch matches. I idolize this guy. You don't idolize that person. That person is an idol to you because you don't listen when they speak. You know what I mean? Randy Orton, another one. I mean, that to me, when I don't care if he's wrestling or not or injured or not. He's the best wrestler in the world today. There's just nobody that gets the finite details like him, okay? When I'm talking about facial expressions, to movement, to body language, to impact, to emphasis. This man could hit 4 moves and you felt every single one. You feel him slither. You feel him. Just the other day I was watching when that whole Stephanie McMahon segment when he DDT'd her while Triple H was handcuffed.
Handcuffed, yeah.
Come on, man.
That was so good.
You as a fan, right? Let's talk
2009
about it.
Randy Orton was
Cherry on
probably
top. I'm a kisser now.
the best heel at that time. That 2009 Randy Orton, bald Randy Orton, slim, like he looked exactly like a snake should look as a human being.
That's what I'm talking about. And he committed himself to the look. He made sure he was bald to the glisten. I mean, this man, people legitimately hated this person. It was beyond just a wrestling hate. They were like, no, I hate him. Oh, Randy's this, Randy's that. He's making you feel that way. You're being emotionally manipulated. Another favorite, Baron Corbin. Emotionally manipulating you. Oh, Baron Corbin's boring. He's this and that. Oh, he's not boring because you didn't turn the channel because you're talking about what he just said. So stop.
Yeah.
So stop it. Him and Melo are perfect right now because Corbin represents that veteran who's saying, look, my man, you can make jokes. You can laugh at me. But guess what? I got a $1.8 million home, WrestleMania events. You can't argue facts. You cannot argue facts. You can laugh at a guy, make fun of him, belittle him, but if you build a legitimate resume, you can't be discussed in a negative way. And that's what I've always built myself on is legitimacy. So you can't take it from me. You can not give me a spot, but that's okay because I didn't have it to begin with. You know what I mean? So I'm not mad at you for trying to keep me away from something because I'll get there. Maybe you get replaced. Maybe you leave. Maybe someone takes you out of the business like that Speaking Out did and took out a lot of people that were trying to prey on me, like David Starr. You don't see him anymore. So let's talk about it. You know what I mean? legitimacy, longevity, and authenticity will always get you to where you need to be.
Facts.
Word.
100%.
Shit. And I'm like, you got me high. I'm like, who the fuck are these people right now holding you back? Where they at? Somebody send them a fucking message. Get them in here, you son of a bitch.
Oh my God.
Let's fucking go. Where the fuck are you at? Now I'm tight. Now I'm fucking tight. Shit.
I do want to touch on a comment though that we had earlier today from PJ Savage. PJ Savage was in the chat earlier, and he definitely went ahead and mentioned Carter versus Savage will happen this year, and all the respect is given to the man. But just know I'm coming for all of you to see soon. Oh, Father. Woo!
Yeah, I see him.
Woo!
I see him. He just won the Sanctuary title. I'm watching everything. I see PJ. PJ's a hungry talent. I see him cutting promos and talking, which is great because a lot of guys are afraid to talk. Mm-hmm. So I see him grinding on his own. But again, if he wants that match, he knows that I'm not going down. He's got to come up. So I'm expecting the second half of this year for these young talent to really step up, because I'm seeing it right now. I just wrestled Marcus Mathers, and we just took the roof and said, "There you go. Here's a new one." You know, and I say that humbly because I'm excited, because I wrestled that kid in his 15th match back at H2O, and he was like 16 at the time, and to see his growth, that's what I want. I want to wrestle people again down the road. I want to see them mature, just as I matured. That's what the business is. You think Ric Flair would wrestle Steamboat in the 70s? He was wrestling him for a decade before they touched for their grand trilogy in 1989. I mean, that's the business, guys. The best are going to wrestle the best again and again, you know, and that's why I stick around. That's one of the best parts of being a veteran or being someone that's stuck around is I've seen people come in and grow, and then down the road, guess what? I'm wrestling them. And that's awesome. That really is just unto itself, to watch people literally come into the business, mature, and then earn a match against you. I mean, you're making history. You're literally writing history with your pen, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't get over the passion in which you speak with. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm
mesmerized by you.
The one thing that drove me to wrestling besides the stories is the passion. When I see people love like this business, it like Sasha Banks. I always make jokes that Ray's supposed to give her my number because apparently he knows it. You know what I'm saying? Because she wants this. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, like let's be serious. She wants this. Gigi knows, but she keeps hating on me. But I see her and Bianca Belair crying in the middle of the ring at WrestleMania, the main event, and it makes me cry. It's like, yo, like you see it. You see the it's like I get drawn to passion no matter where it's at, and when I see it genuinely come from you, like right now in my head, I'm like, yo, this is the fucking truth right here. Like,
that means a lot. I live for that. And I tweeted the other day, I said, inspired work is inspiring. And what that means is when I see you putting your everything into something, again, like Randy Orton, man, that's got every step, man, that's somebody who cares. That's somebody whose mind is always on the prize, man. You don't take a step forward without thinking, how would my persona step forward? How would my persona exit the ring? How would I enter the ring? It's not just how would I do a move. What would I do if someone bigger than me raised a fist to me? What would I do if someone smaller than me raised a fist to me? All of this matters. And man, without passion, you have nothing. You can have the gear, you can have the look, you can have the move set, you can have the fan base, but if you don't have passion, you can't keep going. And guess what? People are going to see it in your work. People are going to see that lethargic, oh, he's picking the guy up. Oh, we're just setting up the next spot. Oh, here comes the next thing. I can't wait for the next thing. I want you to be focused on everything that I'm doing when I'm doing it. If I'm walking around an opponent, I want you to be focused on on my expressions. Oh, you're watching my hands. You're watching my feet. What's he about to do? So I'll put an arm behind my back and they'll be like, oh, he's in his bag right now. He's confident. You can. I want you to feel with me. I call it real-time performance, which means you're in there with me every second. You're not waiting for me. Oh, The guy's in the corner. Carter's going to run at him. No. Wow, what's he going to do? He's walking toward him. What? I mean, he's taking his time. He's looking him in the eyes. Or maybe I'm looking at somebody's knee. He's looking at the kneecap. I think he's going to go for that knee. You know, you can watch me and be with me if you're paying attention. And that's what I love. That's what I grew up on. And to me, that makes the matches easier. That makes it easier for the fans to relate. I mean, what are we doing here? You know?
One of my favorite matches that you've had was at Battle Club when you were facing Jorge Santi, the Inner City King. That match was just beautiful from beginning to end. It when you talk about you want somebody to watch you from pretty much like if I'm walking with them, you see what I'm doing, and to see the both of you guys just tangle in the ring together, it was just such an amazing experience. You literally told a story without having to tell a story. Your story was unfolded in the ring, and that's what I love about pro wrestling is when a story unfolds in a wrestling match.
Yeah.
When it unfolds in the ring, and you don't need a whole huge dialogue, one story. Cool, you want to build up a story, you want to do this, fine. But when you actually tell a story within your wrestling moves, within talking shit to your opponent while you're in the ring, to the surprise almost 3 count, we're like, oh my god, just from beginning to end, it takes you on a journey, and it's a journey that you're like, that was great. No, I'm done. I'll see you guys. Nope, we're done here. We're good. Ciao, bacalao. That's it.
that means everything. But that's what it's about. I mean, if you don't want that reaction, if you don't want people feeling that way, you're just doing it for yourself. And it's like, okay, wrestle for yourself. You know they're going to react because everyone's going to like my Yakuza. Everyone's going to like my dropkick. But you can't wrestle lethargically. And Jorge was somebody I wanted to wrestle for years. I mean, he's another OG in the game. He's another veteran in the game. There's no way we were going to waste that opportunity with each other. We both have that sacred respect for the ring, for the traditions of wrestling, but we just present it in different ways. And I think that's another thing. It's not just, he's a traditional wrestler. There's different forms of traditional wrestling. It's not just one. It's not just one way.
It's not one style.
Yes, there's not, just like there's not one way of a protagonist or one way of an antagonist. There's so many different ways to be on one side of the fence. And if there's one thing I could tell people, I wish that they understood that. You know, a lot of people, they're like, oh man, being a protagonist, I got to smile and kiss babies. It's like, no, you don't. Did Stone Cold kiss babies? Really? Did The Rock kiss babies? You know, and then it's like, if you're an antagonist, I got to run away from the opponent. I was like, do you really?
This team never kissed a baby. He just punted one. There's a difference, folks.
There it is. You see it. Snitsky, man, sent that baby all. Come on.
Word.
Even Test went and punted head into an ECW crowd. Come on. I mean, what are we talking about? But it's like, the wrestling, it's as fun as you want it to be. And that's also for the performer. And I wish more performers really tried to have more fun. I don't think that, and maybe coming from me, it sounds funny, but to me, it's like I enjoy every single bit of what I'm doing. I'm never dragging myself through a performance or through a show. And some wrestlers, man, you see them and they're just, I don't know why they're there. And they don't know why they're there either. But, to each their own. You put your gear on, you're huffing and puffing, you go out, you have the match, you're not excited that you have the match. To me, you can put me in there with anybody, and I'm going to go ahead and make it work. You can put me in there with somebody that maybe isn't up to par. Maybe they don't have things together. Maybe they don't have a character. Maybe they don't have a good entrance. Maybe their mic skills are rough. Maybe they haven't found themselves out. But if I can wrestle them and help them discover themselves, I mean, I've done what the people I've idolized did. I've done what Ric Flair did. Ric Flair, that's what made Rick. And I was just watching the interview today, and he was talking about how he'd wrestle Sting and he'd wrestle Luger, and guys were mad at him back then because he was sitting there, bumping for these guys and making them look good. And they were mad at him. They'd be like, Rick, why are you doing that? And he's like, I'm on top. I got to make money. He's like, and how do I make money if I don't have adversaries? How do I continue? Okay, I'm revenue myself, sure. But if I'm going to be on top 10, 15, 20 years, how do I stay in that top echelon? How do I keep that bankroll coming? By creating new opponents. And it's like, people just don't understand that. That's why I'm so enamored with being an antagonist, because I love to create and mold protagonists. I love to help create the next guys. I don't want to be that guy. I don't, and I accept that. I don't want to be the Cena. I don't want to be the Rock or the Austin. I don't want to be the merchandise selling $1 million. I don't want to be that guy. But I'll tell you what, I'll live an incredibly substantial living by being the guy that gets you there. To be that maybe that number 2, as you will, the antagonist that's always in that spot. You can't move me, but I will help create the number 1s. I can help create those guys.
Like $1 million man or
to wrestle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm all for that. I'm all for being the number 2 for all my days, because number 2s are still billionaires.
Yeah.
That's still needed too, because it takes 2 to tango there. You need, in order to fully have that, you need the good versus evil. Evil still needs to be there. You need that balance in order for it to get that reaction, to get that emotion out there and make us care about what we're seeing in the squared circle.
Right. And when there is no protagonist, okay, I'm number 1 until there's a number 1 for me to bring in. You know what I'm saying? Until someone can step up to that point. So yeah, I'm the perennial number 2 that will get moved to number 1 until we can build another number 1. Here you go. Here's your spot, and I'm there to help you if you fall. I'm here to catch you if you slip. You know, but I know that's what I want to be. I don't want to be an antagonist. I did it for a bit, and I was like, just to get out of the system, and people kept pushing me, and I did it in 2013 Beyond Wrestling. You know, all right, I'll do it. You know, but I know where my money is. I know where my bread is buttered, and I know how to make that living. Again, Baron Corbin has not been a protagonist his entire WWE run. Not a single time. And come on now, and look what he did. Look what he's done over the course of those years. Retiring Kurt Angle. He did it. I was there and I watched it happen. And I really like that match, even though people are salty about it. So It's like that man has made a living out of that. $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase made a career out of being an antagonist, because when it was time for him to kind of step back, he built the $1 Million Corporation. There's ways where you can stay on one side of the fence and prosper. And that's something I want to do. I don't think people have really done that in a long time. Since DiBiase, Corbin is doing it now, where it's like you're building a legacy off. You really are a perennial, you're a perennial antagonist. Whenever we need somebody to get that boost, put him with Corbin. You know, when Roman Reigns was going through what he was going through, the end of 2019, put him with Corbin. Oh, now everybody loves Roman again. Of course you do, because you put him in there with a guy that you know you can hate at any time. And he's going to give you reasons to hate. He's not just attacking you from behind or doing the same old segments. He's explaining his persona to you in ways that you're just like, I just can't like this guy. And I pride myself on that. I came up on antagonists like all my life. I'm always looking to movies and I'm looking to the villain. I that's just how I am. I've always been that way. It could be a Dragon Ball Z and it's Frieza. It could be Mortal Kombat, Shang Tsung. It can be Street Fighter, JP. There's so many. I'm just inspired by the other side. Yeah. I've always been inspired by it. So, hopefully I can go down in history, when it's all said and done, as the best antagonist. I mean, I want to be the best antagonist the wrestling has ever seen. And that's how I want to hang it up, man. So I want to be right there with Ric Flair and DiBiase and Corbin as guys and Randy Orton, where it's just like, wow, like this guy knew how to take your emotion, to twist it. And even though, this profession, it's this and that, it's fixed, whatever, he makes it real for me. Yeah. He makes it real for my kids. He makes it real for my friends. Like I can show this to my friends and they'll get it. That's what I've always wanted to be. That guy that if you just so happen to stumble across me when you're flipping through channels, you're like, whoa, wait. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's it.
Definitely. and you're on your way because every match I've seen you in, it was against a different type of competitor, and you've always had that. Okay, let's see if you raised your level up to me yet. And I see you control the match, and you do like your opponents do have those spots where it's like, okay, you're doing your thing, and then you're like, no, psych, you're not there yet. You're not there yet, kid. And then you take control back of the match. I noticed that. I noticed that a lot. You had the tournament for We Are Wrestling for the title and all that when you were wrestling like Wolf. I heard the storyline behind you guys that you used to be friends or in the faction, and you was wrestling each other,
Right.
and it kind of looked like you was like, well, let's see what you got now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then you're going and you're taking your time with him, and I could see you like you're not letting him build his momentum, but you're also testing him, but you're also like, remember, this is my pace. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Listen, I don't have to say it. I love that. That to me, ear to ear smiling, man, because I want people to see what I'm doing, man. It's not a secret. I'm not trying to hold the secret, but I'm trying to pull wool over people's eyes here.
Yeah.
Please watch me because this is what I'm setting out to do. The moves are the moves.
Yes.
But the moments, the feelings are the things that you take away. And that means a lot that people are watching that, man, because it's cool, man. When I see that X-Pac tweet and then everyone was jumping, my feed was blowing up. And for all those times that I know, and I know that there are people that are against me and don't want you they don't wish you well, but to see all that support of people just like, wow, like, hey, X-Pac, this is where he's been. He's been wrestling. Here you go. You're all people are sending him stuff, and it's just, it's like it's nice to be seen. It's nice to be recognized. It's nice to be understood because I really do put it out there to what I'm trying to do. For you to break down the Isaiah match, because guess what? That's what it was. Hey, it's a tournament. I have 3 matches today, and I've wrestled you before, several times before, and we're going to do this in a way that makes the most sense, that is most relatable to people, because that matters more than us wanting to wrestle because we haven't wrestled in 2 years. It's not about that.
Yeah.
It's about we have people to perform in front of. We have a mission to accomplish, and we're going to accomplish that mission. And I'm going to make sure that you accomplish that mission with me. That's what it's about.
No, I hear you. Because that's when I was a kid, I always wanted to be a wrestler, but life circumstances, I didn't get a chance to. But I always watched what they were doing and how they did it and emulated it. So I would notice certain things, like back in the 80s, they would stomp when they punched, or, they would do this, or they would do that, like how they would break the eyes on the rope and all that. And that's what drove me. So I tell people, and I'm like, yo, I like the stories of the matches, because if you just have a match and it's okay, but when I can invest myself in a story, like Kevin Nash and Rey Mysterio, it's the big man versus the little man, but Rey was driving the point where it doesn't matter how big you are, you're gonna have to, like, my heart is big enough to wrestle you. And since, even though I identify as 7'3", people may have looked at me different angles, and I may be shorter. So, it always, gave me inspiration. Like, all right, height doesn't really mean everything in every particular place. You know what I'm saying? So when I see stuff like that, like I said, that's passion also in the match without actually having to say it. So that I catch things on like that. So I appreciate it.
Yeah,
like when you
change, those are game-changing people.
Yeah.
Again, when you talk about, the biggest little man, it's like, no, it's not just, okay, you say it and it sounds like a tagline, but back then, man, Rey was really, really small. And for him to look believable against guys, he was inventive. He would do moves that you couldn't see coming. And it was believable because it's like, all right, well, that's how he can beat Kevin Nash. Because how many people is Kevin Nash wrestling that can do that stuff that he's doing? That's how it's believable. The fans get it. They see it immediately. They see the size, we see the difference, and then we understand what comes next.
Yep.
That is the most beautiful part of wrestling, when you just understand. And that's why I try to bring that back, man. That AWA, NWA mentality of rough, rugged, before the bell rings, let that atmosphere sit. I mean, it can happen. You can still get it today. you just fine tune it to the modern times.
Yeah.
You don't just pick it up and drop it into 2023. You have to understand how the crowds are now. But if you don't think that stuff still works, I'm here to tell you that you're incorrect, because it does. It really does.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Word. And when you tweeted out that you might take some of Jania's toes with you, and then you put her in that ankle lock and started twisting her toes, I was like, come on, man, don't do that. Like, come on.
But see, even that's a little.
Footage of her, of him like messing around with her toes, and I'm like, oh, there it goes. There it is. I need to post that up soon. I gotta fix the video for a second. Oh man, but we definitely saw it. I was like, oh man, I just took them toes, and I just. Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
But see, even that, those are details right there. Those are the little details.
And it's the smallest details that makes the biggest difference.
Yeah.
It
How
really
would
does.
I do that, right? If I see someone who's formidable, again, like her or a Matt Riddle, who I also wrestled years back, 2017, why wouldn't I? And I attacked his feet too. I mean, why would I not? If you expose a body part to me, if you don't wear knee pads, what do you think? What are you inviting me to do? You know what I mean? It's jeopardy. You know, it's clear. It's clear that you have a weakness, and maybe that's not something I immediately target, because I don't want your mind to go to that. I don't want you to immediately shield your knee. I want you to think you're confident. I want you to think that all right, we're going into this match. You know, all right, I think I got this. And then maybe halfway through, boom, there's the kneecap. You know, now your mind is racing. You're like, whoa. He didn't do this in the start. Yeah, I know I didn't do it at the start. You know, every part, there's phases to a match. There's a natural progression, and you don't have to leap into your immediate strategy. There's different strategies, like a game of chess. And I look at that ring. I look at it as a map. I look at it as a tactical weapon. And sometimes, hey, when it's time, I got to run to that rope. I got to run to that corner, not because I'm afraid of you, but because I'm baiting you in. And guess what you're going to do? You're going to come for me, because I've agitated you so much that you got to get your hands on Darius Carter. I got to grab him. I see him.
Take the bait.
It's like that. Just
take the bait.
So,
and they take it every time. And they take it every time. Every time. And they're going to keep taking it. They're going to keep taking it, because I frustrate people. I agitate them. And then they make a mistake because they're sloppy. And then I capitalize. And then I win. And whose fault is it?
So I have to ask, because that shows with those details, just like that. What created that mindset for you? What made you find that importance in the little details like that?
It goes back to what I said: experience over time. You don't just jump in and have this. And if you do, you're not going to have it at an adept level, because you have to perform it. It's one thing when it's in your mind. It's another to go out and do it. Again, I think it's just the people I came up on. It was Ric Flair, and Ric Flair was very detailed. Look at Rick, and he would talk about, how Vern Gagne helped keep those guys tough. If you watch Rick, those chops, the reason he was doing those chops was because it was authentic. It made noise, whereas a lot of guys were, again, jumping, throwing those punches, stomping, throwing the punches. Flair was defaulting to the chop because it was an attention grabber and it's authentic, and when he did throw a punch, it was curled, it was tight. If you can watch some Flair punches, I mean, they were quick, they were rapid, and you did look like you were getting pieced up.
Right in the jaw.
They weren't the leaping, it was, again, and you could talk about Jerry Lawler. We all know about Lawler's punches, but Flair, they're underestimated. This guy, I mean, he looked like he'd done a few rounds in a boxing ring.
Yeah.
And this is what I mean. It's the authenticity. That's why I go to European uppercuts, because as time went on and I matured and learned, William Regal became an inspiration. And then with Regal, you watch the European style, and I fell in love with the European style because it always felt real. It always felt gritty. And it's a style you can put in there with anybody. You can put that style in with high flying. You can put it in with traditional American. You can put it in there with, the powerhouse.
Mm-hmm. Your brawlers.
Powerhouse. Right. And how many powerhouses are used to getting put in a submission hold? You can tap a big man out sometimes easier than you can pin him.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, absolutely. You can make him tap out or pass out, one of the two.
Yeah.
And
Them
see,
joints don't get stronger.
no, they definitely don't. But see how even with you saying that, breaking it down, it shows the influence, but it shows you still developed it into your own. Like you've talked about it many a times, the world of sport, how that influenced you, those styles, those kind of matches, the Carl Gotches, that it was something where you could see it's influenced who you became, but it didn't just make you want to be a carbon copy either. You
Right.
made it into who Darius Carter is right now.
I'm such a mix of so many things, man. Like, you know, you can't. Some people could just point to one or two people. For me, it's just I'm watching wrestling all the time, so it's like, you know what I mean. It's like I'll be in the office, and if I can find a quick moment, you know, or on the phone or something like that, you can't really do it on a computer because then I'm focused, right? But if I'm scrolling and I can watch a quick, you know, oh, here's a quick little something. All right, boom, boom, boom. It's like it's always in my mind no matter what. I'm dealing with big money, and I can still move that around and be like, all right, but here's a moment for wrestling. Here's a moment for this or that. And it pays off clearly, and that means everything. Again, that people see that and resonate that. People that, I mean, off the top of my head, that I've drawn influence from, Ric Flair, William Regal, Nick Bockwinkel, Carl Gotch, as you had said, Kurt Hennig, even before he was Mr. Perfect. I mean, I loved Mr. Perfect, but before then,
Dropkick showed it this weekend.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God,
Dropkick
yeah.
right there.
He sure did.
Randy Orton, Triple H, and as we get into the more current times, but you know, and I you know what, I liked a lot of Scott Hall early on too. Just a lot of it's a smorgasbord of characters and wrestlers that have all kind of contributed to the person you see today. So there's just so much of it, man, and there's so much of that to watch. I mean, you could just get down into a Billy Robinson, another one. You can just get down into a deep dive of one wrestler and learn so much. So imagine when you're pulling from all these different guys at once. I mean, I can't. You can only hope to capture all that brilliance, you know.
Right.
So if I can capture some of that and relay it, I've succeeded.
Have you
But
ever
I was-
been? Oh, go ahead. Like,
I was thinking Regal simply because of the entrance. Like you really have really captivating entrance from the beginning to the end. This is the first time I've seen you the past weekend, so it was a moment, and I was like, from the moment you came out, what they did, kicking the cage with the kids, everything around. I was like, this is the guy to watch the whole time in the ring, outside the ring, especially outside the ring, because it's never. A lot of people can't do it outside the ring. A lot of people could just do it between the ropes because they're very talented, but they're not talented outside of it. And it's a hard thing, I guess, for some people to do, to have both. You have it in spades, and once you came out, I was like, definitely had to watch this guy. And then my friend that was next to me was like, oh, this dude right here, from the music to the mask to the coat to the style. By the way, the drop kick, which is one of my favorite moves of all time, and you have an amazing one. I felt captivated from beginning to end. From grabbing that girl's toe, I was like, that makes sense, because people never figure to grab somebody's limb or somebody like that. If you break somebody's finger, it fucking hurts. So it's going to be an issue. And everything you were doing, I was like, that's believable. That believably looks like it hurts. I feel it. I've been there. And I can see myself doing it too, if I need be. If I wanted to cause that kind of physical pain, if I wanted to get in somebody's head, I would do it myself. So amazing job on that, man. It was a pleasure and honor to see you work, man.
Dad, listen, again, it means everything. Like I said, this is why you do this, you know, because I want to be in discussions. I want there to be circles of people that can look back at my work and have a discussion about it and be like, wow, God, and you guys, you know, we're talking and then, oh my God, time escapes us. That is what that's what a legacy is. That's what building a legacy is about. And it's not easy because, again, you have so many forces that are trying to squeeze and pull and tug. But like, if you stay with it and you commit to yourself and you stay to the craft, it does come in time. And by continuing to watch wrestling and this and that and always growing, like this match I had with BCW this past Sunday. I mean, I kept hearing it that, you know, it was one of the best matches I ever saw live. with me and Marcus Mathers. And you know how many people are running in Ridgefield Park? And you know how many of those fans, like Melissa, who's always at the shows, Melissa Metz, and it's like you see Mittens and all these people there, and it's like they're saying, this is one of the best matches I've seen. Is it because of the moves? Is it because of the personas? Or is it because of everything, right? The emotion, the way you felt. And wow, I maybe I kind of got to go to the bathroom, but I can't leave. Or oh, I'm getting texted, but I got to put my phone down. Or oh man, like I got my daughter tucked. No, I gotta stay. I can't lose. I can't lose a moment of this. Yeah. And that's what it's about. If every single second out there is a performance, every single second is part of the show. So if I'm not doing my part, it can be seen and it can take away from the match. So that's why I'm always honed in. And a lot of that is Regal too. Yep. I mean, if you watch Regal's work, the guy just never stopped, man. Even if he took a moment to kind of make you laugh, did something a little cheeky, Regal never stopped. Grinding, pulling, twisting. It's like, when do you give up? You almost wanted to give up for his opponent, and that keeps you connected to that person. Even if you don't particularly like that person that much, you just don't like me. And the other person, you're like, but at some point you're like, wow, like Carter's not putting this guy away. He's enjoying this too much. You know what? I'm going to start liking that guy.
Yeah.
You create that emotion.
I do want him to win.
It starts to make us want to gravitate, because now it's like, this guy has heart. You're building that for him in there. It's like, you know what? We did this dance. Now here you go. Now they want to see this guy go over.
Yeah. Excuse me, one second.
Like me, that I want to see that continuous grind of that person. I want to see that person's limits, and you definitely put that through. Like I want to put that guy or that female, or whatever person, through the limit to see how far I can get them, until they start showing that heart, that determination. But I'm going to put it through first. They're going to go through the grinder first.
Yeah. Excuse me, guys, for 1 second. We got.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Oh
You told me to look exquisite, astute. You told me all these fucking words I don't know. So I grabbed the suit. I grabbed the t-shirt. I grabbed one of my girls' hat. I got you, bro. What you need me for? My bad. You're looking good, Victor. Oh shit! The show's in the building.
That's a shouldergeist.
Shouldergeist.
Oh man!
Oh my goodness! In front of the Darius, in front of the 149, I am sick.
That's the 149, baby. In the building.
This is why we're not surprised when he's late.
Yeah, plan it all out. God. Make sure it's all set.
You can be a little tardy if you're gonna show up like that. He got the hat to the side.
I appreciate that. This is all for you.
He's got the Bernie Mac.
Oh man!
I don't even match,
you
man.
Like a king of comedy.
I'm trying.
I am good.
I'm trying.
This is good. In front of the 149 in the picture.
Yes, sir. Right on top of the Miz, his favorite wrestler.
Yeah, I love the Miz too. So you listen.
Oh
man.
Mr. Lay, what happened?
Show, by the way, we had a drink with him on Saturday, just in case you don't remember.
Yeah. My apologies for my tardiness.
No,
I got bills to pay. It's just the work. I told them about you. They ain't care. They gave me more work. More boxes to deliver.
I'm sick.
I hope these people
I love it. He's going in and out looking like Static Shock.
All right, hold on. Let me take my apologies. I had to show the
Superhero Static Shock.
All right, there we go. We back.
No, listen. There you go. No, I like that. I like the 149. I didn't say take it away.
I had to show it.
I think he want to see that more than he wants.
Yeah,
to
he was like, just keep the 149 there.
Yeah,
there's the picture right there of the 149.
He said I look good.
Hey, listen, I made you listen. That's why it's in the Twitter name. I got to make sure people don't forget.
Word, seriously.
That is awesome.
149. No TV, by the way. No TV opportunity. No, hey Darius, come to this spot or that spot. We'll put you on. No television promotion put me on. I made it to the top 149 professional wrestlers in the world. If I never do it again, the fact that I did it,
Yes.
and I will do it again, but the fact that I did it even once is like, that's so
Yes.
major to me. It's not like I'm saying it to be braggadocious. I'm saying it because it's like that. How do you, this is different. Who else has done that? Who else has broken? And I asked the question and nobody answered it, and I saw how many views it got, so it's not like people didn't see it. But like, how many people have gotten into the 150 of the PWI, the most prestigious wrestling magazine in the world? How do you get there without a TV boost, without an as seen on AEW Dark, as seen on, how do you get there? By commitment, by working hard, and notoriety. I didn't ask for that. I didn't pay off anybody. I made it there off of legitimacy. And that's something that, I'll take that to the grave, that I was able to make top 149 with nothing but me and my own determination.
149 and climbing. We're going to change the name.
And climbing.
Yes,
and climbing. Right. I look forward to this year. I don't care if I beat it by one.
Hey.
Especially with the year you've had, I feel like your number definitely is going to be even better. Because we look at the year and just Anthony Green. You look at Alex Shelley, which are victories, by the way. He's defeated all this.
Yes.
And he's going into, we're less than a month away, he's going to be taking on Colby Carino for a third time at Catalyst Wrestling. Mm-hmm. Colby, fresh off the NWA run, was right there almost at the top. But hey, he's facing you once again on July 8th at Catalyst Wrestling. So.
Yep, doing our own little Flair Steamboat trilogy, our own little Chi-Town Rumble, Clash of Champions, Wrestle War. So we're at Wrestle War now, and I can go ahead and beat him and send him back to his daddy. So it'll be great.
Dude, like you said earlier today, you cannot argue facts.
Right. By the way, his daddy, his father, Steve Carino, who was there when I won the 2022 ECWA Super 8. He was there backstage, and I spoke to him briefly, but, again, I just wanted him to see it. I don't want to, I want you to see the work, sir. And, and again, that's someone I hold in high regard. So, for him to be backstage and to see that, and it's like, here we go. It's a small world. And now here I am wrestling his son for the third time. I won the Catalyst Championship from him November 5th of 2021, went through the entire 2022 calendar year as champion. And again, I had defenses against Josh the Goods Woods, who was the Ring of Honor Pure Champion at the time. I defended against J.D. Drake, against Alex Shelley, against these are all successful defenses, against Anthony Green, as he said. This is, the work is talking. And you can try and you can try and put mud on it, but you can't put dirt on gold. It still shines.
That's right.
There you go. Perfect. The graphic right there. And again, it's the third match here. You won that title in the second of the trilogy there, and again, it sets you on that record-breaking reign. So it's one of those where it's going to be. It's an important third match here, especially now you're trying to get that momentum back at Catalyst. Where I know this is something you want to talk about. O'Shea's nowhere to be seen at this show. He isn't there on July 8th.
Look at that.
So
look at how that works. Yeah, listen, and it's all the love in the world to O'Shea. You know what I mean? It is what it is. On a personal level, listen, him and I didn't work out with the Carter Group. I understand he wanted to do his own thing. That's really what it came down to. We can look at it as me excommunicating him, but really O'Shea just wanted to do his own thing. So be it. Go ahead and be champion, because at this point I see myself above that title. I see myself in the rarefied air that is above the championship. It's not something that a lot of people can claim. It's not something a lot of people should claim. But when you go 486 days as champion and you've defeated the likes of the people that I listed, at that point, you don't need the championship anymore. At that point, your job is to be the headliner, regardless of where the champion is. O'Shea doesn't need to be there. That's the position I've put Catalyst Wrestling in. They don't need O'Shea to be there. If O'Shea has another booking, go ahead and take it. It's fine. It's fine. No hard feelings, because guess what? They still have their star player. They still have Darius Carter. They still have me to pick up those pieces. And they don't need to worry about the title being attached to me and the champ. Oh, my God. Don't worry about that. O'Shea can be gone for the rest of the year, and you won't even notice, because I filled that position as the apex player of the brand. And that's what I want to do everywhere I go. Every single where I go. Of course I want to be champion. But if someone else is champion, okay, let that be your problem. I'll still be your star player, and you'll be wondering why. Oh, wow, man. Oh, that belt really was great on Darius, wasn't it? It was.
Well, again, and that just follows you, though, because even that same day, you are still going to be defending a championship. On the other side is you're going to be defending that Warriors of Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. That's unfortunately, hard subject to change has been brought into that one. But
I was hoping Carlito, man. I was hoping that it was just going to be the podunk shows that Carlito was going to pull off of, because at first it seemed like it was, just he was pulling off the shows from the promoters that were less than savory. So it seemed like Warriors had a chance. And then, I get the call and I was like, all right, I get it. I know when I get the call, when the phone's ringing, I know, and I see the name. Because a lot of times if I'm going to talk to the promoter, a lot of times it's texting. I usually am not on the phone with people because I'm on the phone all the time with my job, with life and everything. So if we can make it quick or a message, please, that's easier for me. I'm old school. I love to talk on the phone, but I don't always have the time. So if I get that call, I know I'm going to answer it, and I know what it's typically what it's about. So no Carlito, but we have Charlie Haas now. And, listen, I was always a big supporter of Charlie Haas. I love the world's greatest tag team. So listen, one former WWE guy who's about to go back, and then, he's out, and then I'll take Charlie Haas, and that's okay because the result wasn't going to change. Carlito wasn't taking my title. He wasn't bringing it back to San Juan, Puerto Rico. He wasn't going to get to run in on another Bad Bunny match as Warriors of Wrestling, world champion. It wasn't going to happen. Carlito was never winning the belt anyway. So, I'm glad he was able to wrestle Matt Cardona, get that out of his system, and then go back to the WWE and be great, because I'm a big supporter and fan of Carlito. Be great, Carlito. Be great. You don't want that Darius Carter loss on your record when you're going back to Vince. So enjoy it. And Charlie Haas now can come in, get that beautiful paycheck, and he can look up at the lights too. Listen, Shelton's my boy.
Somebody's still gonna meet the bottom of your boot anyway. That's gonna be the end result. So,
and that's a wrap. And that's all there is to it. Thank you for coming, Charlie. Charles, it was nice.
You thought you could take the title, stupid.
Who else are you looking to just get in a match with? We got pretty much, we're already halfway done with the year, as crazy as that sounds. We have another whole half of the year. Who are you looking to possibly face?
So, again, I'm not a big dream match type of guy, but when I look at people that are
dream moments, though.
Right. There you go. Speedball Mike Bailey would be nice, just because he's kind of getting everywhere. And it's like, well, how are you getting everywhere and not wrestling me? Zack Sabre Jr. I feel like that's kind of a match that I've heard people talking about. And that's one thing too, is when you hear people, I really want this match, and you hear it for like a year, 2 years, and it doesn't happen, you're like, what are we doing here? If Zach is in my territory, or they're bringing him into the tri-state area, how is he not wrestling me?
It's funny. He's in the U.S., so it would make sense right now. He's going to be at Forbidden Door. I mean, why the hell not? He's literally here.
Right. It's to me, some of these things are inevitable. Like, I'm saying people that I really do believe that by the end of the year I will make contact with. Those two are like right off the top of the head. I would love Hyan. I would love a match with her. I've made that very clear online. that these are people that I'd like to. I mean, these world-class talent. That girl. I mean, why wouldn't I want that? I just want the best. I want the best. And if you're going around making towns, hitting territories, what, in 2023, right? What, like, how are you not? I'm at the top of this territory. You can try and pretend like I'm not. You can try and give my match to somebody else. But Zack Sabre Jr., like, if you're touching New Jersey, New York, what are we talking about here? That man needs to be in the ring with me. Timothy Thatcher, another guy, please.
I definitely would.
I wrestled him back in 2015, and that was a long, long time ago. Yes, Jonathan Gresham, another one. I wrestled him in 2013, 10 years ago, totally different time. Would love him. Give me Tom Lawler. I'll take it. See, you see it. You see it. You know who I should be wrestling. They just need to get paid so that they'll show up and they can take this work. They can get this work. Let's get George South up here. George South can get greased.
Damn.
And again, with all respect to him, a man who started in the 80s, in 1985, wrestled Ric Flair. You think I don't want to be in the ring with that man? Bring the talent. Let's go. Bring me to them. If they have to stay where they are, send me to them.
I keep saying this one. I've told a few people, so it might be happening eventually. You and Martin Stone needs to happen.
Martin Stone is another one. I'm a big fan of Martin Stone, Danny Burch, in NXT UK. Listen, NXT UK, you couldn't tell me anything about. I don't care. NXT UK to me was the best 1 hour program of wrestling that we were getting outside of Lucha Underground. And Lucha Underground was a different type of wrestling, but that's another place I was dying to. And I feel like things were gonna possibly be close, and then it was season 4, and things were already kind of falling apart.
Yeah, and it was such a shame because man, that was so good. It was so good to watch. It was such a refreshing moment to watch Luther on the ground.
You definitely would have fit in right there, man. Perfect.
It's just amazing.
But they were going, you would have fit in right there. I could definitely see you in there.
And I'm still watching it now because I have all these different streaming services, and if you actually have Roku, Roku has El Rey Network.
Oh shit!
El Rey Network is pretty much always playing Lucha Underground. So I it's probably on right now. So I was watching it a little bit earlier. So it's like that to me, that element of storytelling, that in-ring work that you were talking about, Gigi, where again we're saying like you don't always need promos. Listen, we all know Darius with a microphone, but I don't need the microphone. I don't. I can go in there and from ding ding, let's get
That's right. Again, it's another like a teachable moment where you can tell the story again within the wrestling match. You don't need the promo. You can just tell the story in the wrestling match between the way 2 opponents or even 4 opponents, because that Fatal 4-Way was bomb. But we'll touch that.
No, but the innovation, but that's what keeps us going. Aztec Warfare. Are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah.
Nobody was doing that. 1 hour-long shows, hour-long Iron Man match, Johnny Mundo and Prince Puma. You can't tell me anything. And then guess what happens in the WWE?
Yep.
Come on.
No.
Come on.
Yeah.
We suck again.
Stop it. Everybody, but you know what? But here's the thing, right? And here's the point that I was going to make. With NXT UK, everybody that was on the roster was doing something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And same thing with Lucha Underground. That is the sign of a successful professional wrestling promotion. Those are the best. Everybody in Lucha Underground was doing something.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you were Ricky Mandel, who had the doll, or whether you were Famous B, whether you always had someone doing something. You could pick your favorite wrestler. Like my guy was King Cuerno. I just loved King Cuerno.
Oh yeah.
King Cuerno,
King Cuerno was my guy, who of course now is Santos Escobar. But King Cuerno, are you kidding me? Hunting, and he made it work. I believed him. He had people encased up like they were Han Solo, and I believed it. I was for it. This guy was a hunter, and he wrestled like a hunter. He moved like a hunter.
Again, that
man.
attention to detail, just those
Yeah.
little things that made it even more. It encompasses it's even bigger.
If you love wrestling, Marty the Moth, another
Oh
one.
my god, he creeped me out every time. I was like, I can't stand this guy, and he's doing his job. I can't stand. Get away from him, Melissa. Get away from him.
let me look both ways before I say this. I was enamored with Mari Posey.
Wow.
Couldn't even see her face. I was like, that woman. I was like, I gotta have her. She's twisted. She's dark. Something's not right. There's a little bit. There's like a sense of incest or something with her and Marty. But like I said, it wasn't said. Nothing was ever. But it was like something's going on here.
Yeah.
But like, you couldn't tell me anything. There was. If you watched Lucha Underground, there was somebody that you loved.
Yeah.
There was somebody that you cared about. You know what I mean? Listen, I mean, Io Shirai was there as part of the Black Lotus tribe. I mean, let's not kid ourselves here. A lot of these people that are in WWE now passed through Lucha Underground. Come on. And there was something for everybody.
Yeah.
King Puma, Ricochet, and WWE. What are we doing?
Well, it was Penta Dark. It was Penta Dark. And it was Vampiro.
Right.
Penta Dark, then, yeah.
Another guy, Vampiro, we all know from Mexico, and Vampiro, which is.
Yeah.
And look how they made all that work, man. Look how they did that match with Vampiro and Penta. Like,
oh man, that was so good.
Brutal.
That was something that you had to watch. And if you haven't watched it, shame on you. Go and fucking watch it now because
they made the trios titles work. The trios with Angelico jumping off that whatever the hell that was with the second floor.
The balcony, yeah.
I was like,
oh man, that's the one clip that consistently plays in my mind. Angelico just basically diving himself off from the balcony and lands on them. Doesn't miss. Beautiful. The length of that. Holy shit.
Damn. If you can be a part of something like that, that's magic, right? If you can be a part of something like that, whether it's for a season, whether it's for a cup of coffee, you have attributed to their legacy and to your own. You know, I can watch those guys and still see Lucha Underground in them. You know,
absolutely.
I mean, I see Penta every time I see those guys. I still think Lucha Underground. I mean, I'm like,
I just miss the arm breaking.
Like,
I miss the arm breaking.
And again, it goes back to NXT UK and Martin Stone, and everybody was developing. Noam Dar. I mean, these are guys that are like, Noam Dar is like got to be like 5'4", 5'5", and he's just one of the meanest dudes on the planet. Like, that guy is lethal, and it's like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? Like, these are the people that make you care. These are the people that I love to watch those types of wrestlers. And again, I can watch you're watching as a professional, but you try to keep that fan in you. And it's like to watch how far he's come, Noam, from when he started NXT UK to the Metaphor, which the moment he said it, I got it. And I was like, this guy is sick, man. And like, you see like the evolution of people, but you see how they were put, like NXT UK, if you really watch the NXT product now, a lot of its success is attributed to the wrestlers from NXT UK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They, like, if you like, and they don't get any respect for it, but like Pretty Deadly, who's now on SmackDown, like they were NXT UK, and then you pulled them to NXT, and then they totally helped bring a breath of fresh air to the tag division, and then you were like, all right, these guys, they killed it. We got to bring you to SmackDown. Like, if you watch, again, NXT right now, Tyler Bate, a lot of these guys that are in prominent positions in NXT were pulled directly from NXT UK. Aoife Valkyrie, who's Lyra Valkyria, tremendous worker who came up through that program. And then next thing you know, she's in the finals of the women's tournament. You know, all this, they're all getting pulled from there. Noam Dar, Oro Mensah, who was Oliver Carter, who was one half of the tag team champions, with Ashton Smith. I remember this stuff, and it all matters, and it pays off. And they're not pulling these guys from anywhere. Like NXT UK did not fail in any way. It completely succeeded because it was meant to take people, to build them and groom them so that if you're ready to move to the States or if you're ready to make that trip, we can put you on prime time. And again, look at that NXT roster and
Look,
some of the most prominent members.
look at Gunther.
Over half of them
He done.
are coming
Gunther.
from NXT UK.
You mean
Like the
Walter.
minor league.
Well, in Walter, but they call him Gunther on SmackDown. Yeah.
Yeah, come on, and Ilya Dragunov.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all, where do you think these guys? Come on, man. The Gallus, they're tag champions, all from NXT UK.
You're muted, Gigi.
Thank you. Yeah, I just noticed the red button. My bad. Alba Fire and Isla Dawn as well.
Alba Fire.
And I can't wait. And they better not fuck this up. Oh man, and I know they will. But I really need Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler to fucking lose because I need these other women to thrive.
That is my girl.
Because-
You better be careful.
Who? Ronda Rousey?
Listen, I love me some Ronda Rousey, but
don't.
I also feel like that championship was kind of just handed to her, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. But here's my argument, right? Now watch this. And I'm gonna get crucified for defending Ronda Rousey.
You might.
But-
Yeah.
Yeah.
We was like this.
What?
But let me tell you something. You want to know a match that made me feel? Was that tag team match between her and Kurt Angle with Triple H and Stephanie.
That was actually a
at
good one.
WrestleMania.
I'm not even gonna lie. That was actually pretty good.
That match made me feel. If you didn't feel something when the tag was made and Ronda ran from across the ring to throw her into the ring. I mean, listen, I get it. But outside of the ring and the stuff, and it's like, oh, listen, we'll be here all day. You know what I mean? We can't even talk about Chris Benoit if we want to do that. Right?
I'm always down.
I mean,
but
listen.
it's not. It's
Right,
I'm always
yeah,
down.
make the noise.
As a performer, Chris Benoit is a different story. But what he did
Oh,
outside of the ring,
so if we want to keep it just strictly performance, for me, Ronda has had some of certain people's best matches. Nia Jax, her and Nia Jax had some great chemistry. Her and Raquel Rodriguez have great
that one was a good one.
chemistry.
Yes.
Okay, when she finds
SmackDown,
people
yeah.
that she can go with them. Okay, I'm just
But
saying. And listen, I mean, Shayna is the glue,
Yes.
right? In that respect, we all know that because Ronda is still MMA first. But Ronda does a lot for people she doesn't have to do. Ronda takes a lot of hits and a lot of bumps that she does not have to take. She takes some very aggressive looking bumps. She doesn't have to take it. So before we all jump down the anti-Ronda route, and I get it. She doesn't have to be your favorite, but this woman is extremely legitimate, and she's coming here and taking DDT bumps on the apron from Shotzi. So it's like this girl. It's like Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar goes out there and is making people look great that he doesn't have to do it. If Brock didn't want to, when Brock wrestled Daniel Bryan at the Survivor Series, if Brock went and just did what he did to Cena, we would have had to accept
That's
it.
a Kofi. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, well,
Listen,
I can't even.
that was nobody
What-
else's call but Vince's
I'm not
call.
the guy.
Okay,
What can I say?
we
One
all
thing-
know that. That
We
was
know
Vince's
why they
call.
did that to Kofi. Listen, we've been.
It's ratings.
That one was all right.
Certain things I can't say much about. Certain things I won't say much about.
Oh,
You
we
know,
said it.
Don't be rude.
I can say it.
That one is just.
But I guess I just did.
Oh,
No, no,
go
yeah,
ahead,
let's-
Vince.
yeah.
But all this talk, NXT, great roster. A lot of them now about to really come up to the main roster. Like you said, it sucks that they took away NXT UK because a lot of great stuff came from NXT UK. And it started to become a little bit better than this regular NXT because things started to change. But man, it now mixing into the pot of where we're at now. Now we're elevating the younger stars to become bigger stars. And I think I like to see more of that, especially for me for the women's tag team division. That's always been a thing. When I met Lita at Comic-Con, I think that was the first thing we talked about was women's tag team. But I do not want two random ass people just being put together for no fucking reason. Shotzi and Raquel did not need to be together. Then Liv and Raquel did not need to be together.
Raquel and
Yo,
everybody
But
else
I'm just
on
like
the
just
every
kind of
single
tossed
person
in
in that
together.
roster.
That's how I feel. I feel like with a chemistry that you do have with Ronda and Shayna because they have that bond. They have that. It's
Yeah,
part of
they
the
were the
four
four
horsewomen
horsewomen
of
in MMA.
MMA. Absolutely, that makes sense. Uh,
We've been saying
NXT
that.
UK champions right now. That makes sense to me. When Natty and Tamina was together, that fucking made sense to me. But
Yeah, the OGs.
right,
Yeah.
but when you just
Second
put
generation.
random ass people, like here you go. The one pair that I am pretty like very happy for, and I'm really glad to kind of see more involved: Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville.
Oh,
Yeah.
listen, let me tell you something about Chelsea Green. Chelsea, and she was so I met her one time. She probably didn't even remember me, but she was such a sweetheart to me. But like, I was like, okay, Chelsea. I wish she was in the Money in the Bank match because that character, that persona in that match would just be so money.
Yeah.
But I get it with the even number of people, and it's like you don't need her in there, but it's like Chelsea would bring such a great dynamic. If you saw her in that billboard, you'd be like, I know what I'm getting,
Yeah.
and I can't wait to see it. And that's again what wrestling is all about. I love this year's Money in the Bank because to me it feels really fresh.
Mm-hmm.
For both of them, both of them feel
Except
very
for
fresh.
one little detail they did with the men's Money in the Bank on Raw. One little thing they did kind of messed up the match for me.
With Logan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. You see why they did it though, right?
for money and shit.
As long as you see why they did it, that's what matters.
Yeah, but
and the thing is, and the thing is too, is it does elevate the stakes because it does throw a complete wrench in the plan because everybody's going on the LA night train, and and listen, that's a great train to ride on. Love LA night, but it's nice to have in a match like a Money in the Bank match. The whole point is to throw a wrench in. And not for nothing, Logan's been delivering, whether you like him or not. I mean, it's again, delivery is delivery. If you don't, him and Seth, and I liked them more than Seth in that match. So it all depends on where you're coming from. Okay,
I love watching
My
Lazy
guy is
Face. That's
Shinsuke.
fucking amazing.
My
Go
guy's
ahead.
Nakamura. I got the dark horse.
Yeah.
Nobody. So to me,
well, I got
'cause
Ricochet.
I was
I
man.
was going with Pete Dunne. I was going with Pete Dunne, not Butch. Pete Dunne.
Because my thing with LA Knight is that LA is in a position where he's to me he's like already set, which is I know it sounds weird, but like I think he's good, and I don't think he needs the briefcase. I think a guy like Shinsuke, I feel like time is kind of running out, and I just feel like they had all these opportunities, like the World Heavyweight Championship. I'm so confused as to how he didn't win that and how he's not in that position because he came back with all that fanfare, and it just felt like it was his time. And and it's like Seth is awesome, but I literally would have, if I was doing it, which I don't like the armchair, but it's like I would have literally just done the same thing, just put Shinsuke in Seth's place. I wish because people say, oh, Shinsuke doesn't speak English. It's like, stop. He's been doing promos every week. Like they have him talking every week. Are you not watching the product? Yeah. I just feel like Shinsuke, it's like if it's not now, when are you going to do with this guy? Whereas LA Knight is there with or without the briefcase. He's set.
Yeah.
He's good. He's good. Shinsuke, how much more can we continue to invest in love and care and show how much we care for this man? And we get put down every time.
Yeah,
and
they did a huge misfortune with WrestleMania with him and AJ when all they did was kick AJ in the nuts. It was like, come on, bro, like that. Come on.
That reaction that Shinsuke got, one of the most authentic reaction of 34 that night, and then it's like, again, I'm not trying to talk against the bookers. It is what it is, but it's like, how did you not see that?
Yeah.
How did you not see
the reaction at the Rumble we
how
wanted?
did you not see the love? Sometimes you just got to go with the person that people are behind in this.
Absolutely.
And it's like Shinsuke was wrestling Orton and Cena, had great matches with them on SmackDown, and it's like I was so confused. I called it the curious case of Shinsuke Nakamura because I was like, I just don't understand it.
Yeah.
And it's like, and again, maybe I'm not in the locker room. I'm not the booker, so it is what it is. But every time, like Shinsuke came back and everybody was back on board again. We were ready to go.
Yep.
And then it was like, oh, Seth Rollins, and it's like Seth is great, but Seth is a guy that put himself in a position where he didn't need the belt.
Yeah.
And it's like,
he already had the reaction. He was good. He had everything.
he was good.
He has everything. Yeah, he didn't need the goal.
I
Not
loved
at
him
all.
and Omos. I thought him and Omos was fantastic. So it's like, why don't we get, Seth can be working with those types of guys that need that, while the guy like Shinsuke, who's needed that opportunity, listen, if he fails, he fails. But when do we give that man the chance? And I don't know what it is, but it's like, I just want to see something different. And Shinsuke came back, feels different. He feels so motivated. His matches, like this match with Bronson Reed, where he
That shit was
qualified
nice.
for the Money in the Bank. That I'm like, this him and Gunther for the Intercontinental title that they had. I'm like, this guy is still there. This Shinsuke is there. But when do we get the payoff for him?
Like, how are we really going to showcase this? You've done such an amazing job while he was in NXT. Wow. Absolute outstanding. Why can't we copy and paste that? Why is there something happened along the way that it doesn't make sense? He can do this. He can carry this on. He can be your heel. He can be your baby face, whatever you want to go ahead and call it. But the reality is that he can deliver.
I'm looking at it
And not for nothing, he's one of the first people that had a whole crowd singing a song way before Seth Rollins. I'm just going to throw that out.
Yeah.
All right. That's what I mean. Like, why can't we have both? Why can't we have Shinsuke as a top face and also have Seth Rollins, right? Like, why does it have to be one or the other? Why is it feels like we are getting Seth at the expense of, and that's where it's like, I look at it from a business sense. It's not just about me liking Shinsuke. It's about business-wise. It just, to me, I would think that you would want to have two premier protagonists instead of one.
Especially when you have a 3-hour show.
Right.
You can have one at one segment, one the other segment, start the show with one, end the show with the other, keep the interest going.
They can't do that. There's too many commercials.
Well, you know what it is. You know what it is though. We're forgetting that right now we're in the realm of reality, and the WWE doesn't really think in the realm of reality. They're like, throw Dominic out there because they're gonna boo him. Stupid. It's like, all right, and then
I love this. Dom.
Let's have Ronda Rousey jump Raquel Rodriguez after she just defended the tag team titles, talking about, what do you do with the tag team titles? Defend them. Yeah, she just did that. This don't make no sense. Why are you talking? Please, stupid.
Listen,
please do something.
That thing though, that shit was pretty funny. Like, if you watch it in slow mo, that shit was pretty funny. I'm sorry.
I was like,
I call that a straight up.
That was good. I still laughed.
But she was like, we all saw it. It was a bad angle from the camera, man. We're also like, you literally, you got the whiff. I'm looking like, what's that? Was that it? Were you aiming for that?
I've never seen Raquel fold like that in my life. I thought it was great. Like I said, Ronda has her place for me. I think Ronda's hilarious. Sometimes it's unintentionally hilarious, but I think it's hilarious, and I think Shayna. I love to see Shayna in this position of being the glue because Shayna is deserving of so much, and she kind of went through a period where it just felt like she was just kind of with Nia Jax. It didn't seem to be about her. When she was with Nia Jax, it was not about Shayna, and it's like somehow she's with Ronda, and it feels more like it's about Shayna than it felt like when she was with Nia. I don't know what it is, but like. That Shayna Baszler from NXT is still there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
those matches were genius. Those matches that she was having with Bianca,
Yeah.
with Io,
Yo,
with
that's so
Kyrie
beautiful.
Sane.
Yeah,
Yep.
no.
I mean,
Let me ask you a question.
please.
If Ronda Rousey wasn't a former UFC champion and just a wrestler that just came up and went into the main roster, would you still feel the same way about the way she works?
I don't know if that's a fair question though, because would Ronda be Ronda if she
That would
didn't-
be a different journey.
No. What I'm saying is like, because I know you give her credit for taking the bumps for these people that she doesn't have to, because she's in like a Brock Lesnar
I
thing.
understand.
You know, like if
Okay,
she was,
I understand.
because that's the way I see it. Like I understand Ronda Rousey did amazing things for the women's division in the first year she was there. She got him a,
Or Nikki Bella.
you know,
Nikki Bella's best match.
yeah, you know, she got him the main event of WrestleMania. She got them their own pay-per-view. She made them seem more legitimate than just divas, because you know she's MMA and all that stuff. She opened up a lot of doors for the women. But I'm saying after she left, that door could have stayed open and the women took over. Bianca Belair, Sasha Banks, Bayley, Alexa Bliss. All these women stepped their game up. Like now we got the limelight on us. Even Becky Lynch, we got the limelight on us. Let's do it. She comes back and it's like, all right, you didn't move up with the rest of the women now. And it's like,
Is that particularly true, or do you think it's more of a situation of like? Because listen, if Ronda was a political or something type of person, then she could be champion right now. So, so the fact of the matter that Ronda is not in the title picture, the main title picture at all, and hasn't been, to me, is great business. I mean, you got to look at it from multiple angles. Ronda could come if Ronda wanted to, and just come in and wrestle Asuka and beat Asuka. Guess what? We'd have to take it, and that's not what she's doing. Ronda is in a tag team. Shayna is getting to shine. And again, I'm not saying Ronda is perfect. I'm just saying that there's a lot of things that someone with her background could be doing that she is not doing. And we got to respect that. Because if it was going to be Ronda ending Bianca's reign, it could have been Ronda. Very easily could have been Ronda. And it's not. Ronda is instead going ahead and taking DDTs from Shotzi and taking power slams from Raquel Rodriguez. So you have to take the good with the bad, right? Do I think – I'll answer your question. Would I think the same way about Ronda? Probably not in certain regards. I still like – what I like Ronda for isn't so much her MMA background. I like Ronda because she looks different. She feels different in the ring. She's doing arm bars. She's doing this again, the style that I like, right? So even if she wasn't an MMA wrestler, I still feel like she would have some of that background anyway. She would have just not had that experience. I don't think she would have changed much as a wrestler. I just think she wouldn't have had that legitimacy. But I like that style. I love the Shayna Baszler style. I love someone who, you're trying to put your foot on my face. Here's an ankle lock. Instead of, let me shove it off, get up, and give you a suplex. Like, no, take the ankle. It's right there. Ronda feels authentic when she's wrestling. Whether it's the best or not the best, it feels like she's in a fight. And that's what I like to see out of my wrestlers. I like to see authenticity. That's what I liked about Shayna Baszler, is it feels like she's in a fight when she wrestles. You know, I want that. I like Becky Lynch is very good at that. She's very good at making it feel like it's a fight. Sonya Deville, to be honest, I get kicks out of Sonya Deville that other people may not, but this girl's throwing them knees, and I'm just like, this girl's like out of control. And I enjoy that grit. So as long as Ronda still has that grit, I would have enjoyed her. You know, that's what I like about her. Is the grit. I understand. Trust me, I understand the people that don't like her, and I understand the reasons why. I'm not here to debate all those reasons because I get it. She's not the smoothest on the microphone, and she's not this and not that. But listen, man, that girl's putting her body out there, and she's taking some really crazy bumps that people just don't give her credit for. So it's like, I seen that spill to the floor, like just like.
She did get the shit kicked out of her from Nia and from Charlotte with that kendo stick. So
Charlotte's kid. I mean, she don't have to do that for Charlotte.
Yeah,
she could go in there and Nia Jack Charlotte if she wanted to, but she goes in there, takes kicks to the face, like brutal kicks, takes these ring post like that's her thing, is taking the ring post, and she makes it look so good. I mean, Chelsea and Sonya did a double team to her in that 4-way, and I was like, and the camera almost didn't catch it, but I was like, whoa, wait a minute, like Bicycle kicked her head into the post, and come on, man, like she doesn't have to do that. She don't have to be in a 4-way tag match taking bumps for Chelsea Green, but she is. So it's like, let's just remember some of that before we go into the anti-Ronda train, because again, she could be pillaging right now, just like Brock. If he wanted to, what are you going to say to Brock? If Brock's wanting to be the champ, I got to put the belt on him. You know, if Brock came in and just swooped it off of Seth Rollins, we got to take it.
He did it to Rey Mysterio.
You know what I mean?
Well,
And he's not doing that.
Yeah.
And he's not doing that. Instead, he's taking
Beating up Cody Rhodes. That's what he's
taking
doing.
beatings from Cody Rhodes with
He's
one
going
arm.
for Cody.
Well,
Are we watching the same product?
I'm just saying.
Brock Lesnar is in Saudi Arabia getting pelted by Cody Rhodes with one arm.
Yeah.
I mean, he could win Money in the Bank like he did last time, out of nowhere. That was.
I mean,
that
the attitude, it's like, guys, man, and it's funny because people will think on the indies that I'm this type of person, or I'm like this whatever bully or whatever, or in-ring bully. It's like the mindset for the business, people don't think enough ahead of themselves. They're only thinking about what they want, what they like, what's good for them.
Mm-hmm.
That's not how it works. You know what I mean? It's this past BCW show, I had a whole segment that I wanted to do. I'll just put it out there because I had come back from California. I defended the belt there for the first time, WrestleMania week, and I wanted to elevate the brand. And I was like, well, let's do this. Let's do this like a State of the Union address, which I did, was kind of advertising going into it. We do have a podium. I wanted to have the podium in the middle of the ring and basically have all of the BCW staff, so the commentators, the promoter, the booker. I wanted to have everybody around the ring, and I wanted to do a State of the Union address. And, we were all on board, but the thing was, it was a tribute show to AJ Pan's mother, Mama Pan, right? So the mood didn't particularly fit with what they wanted to do. And I was like, I totally get it, because we can do my segment anytime, right?
Yeah.
But like, this is about her, and what they started off the show with like a dance party, and it's like, and it was nice and it was cute, and it's like, it's not always about you. And I just wish more people understood that. I can still make it about me because I went in there and then was like, I'm going to deliver this match, and now you're going to say this is the match of the night. And we weren't the main event, because they put the main event. The main event was a match that was basically a tribute to her, right? So even though it makes the most sense to end with your biggest title, the heavyweight title in the end, I was 2 matches before that. And still, it was like, let's go out there, kill it. Let's make people remember. And I'll have my own segment on the show that doesn't take away from Mama Pan. So I just wish more people, I just wish more people understood that it's you have a role to play. And you can play that role really well. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Ric Flair wasn't the last match at Wrestle War, but him and Steamboat was a match that everybody remembered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you have control over what you have control over, and you don't have control over what you don't have control over. And you don't politic it. Hey, Vince, I should be last. Like, hey, Tony, I should be last. Man, go out there, deliver those 5 minutes, and make them say, you know what, we got to give them 7 next time.
Yeah.
That's my mentality. And I don't know why people don't think like that. I do know why people don't think like that, actually, but it's way more than us, man. It's way more than us. The We Are Wrestling tournament, when I lost to Rob Killjoy, I mean, everybody's thinking I'm going to win this thing. A lot of people telling me I should have won this. I should be the champion.
It was such a good match.
I'd have put money on you.
Oh, yeah.
I'd have put money on you. Like, Darius Carter's winning this shit.
Well, you should put money on me, because I am the bet.
There you go.
But I became the safe bet, not because I went around and politicked or slept around, but because I made myself the best at the craft. I made myself a homegrown talent. So now, yeah, we want to see Darius as our champ, even though we hate him. Even though I hate Darius Carter. Boo, Bailey. I hate Darius Carter. Bailey, shout out to Bailey, best women's wrestler in the world today. But this is what I'm talking about. It's more than just yourself. It's how do you make yourself relatable? And that tournament was to help Rob. And I love Rob. Rob's a great dude. And he's been a tag team guy, and he's kind of, had to go through this partner and that partner. Rob Killjoy is a tremendous talent that deserves all the attention that he gets. So if I was able to go out there and have that match with him and to be that person that he needed to wrestle for people to really sink their teeth into it, that's the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I hear that. And I believe I asked Ray this, or I asked someone off air, and when I figured out how the things work, I always wondered, like, why wouldn't y'all be like a team? I pictured it like a team game, like type thing. Like, let's go out there and how can we get everything to work and blah, blah, blah. And because it makes sense. If everybody's working together, almost like a staff, like in a movie staff, if everybody's working together, we can make this shit look phenomenal. Like, how can you be selfish in that environment? Because if you don't look good, like if the person you're with don't look good, or the show isn't good, like how do you expect to look good? Like, do you want to be the shiniest thing in the garbage pile, or do you want to be, jewelry on the shelf? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I always thought.
And it sucks because a lot of people don't think like that, though.
Yeah,
they don't understand how easier this business could be. A lot of times it's egos in it as well. Darius could definitely agree with that one.
Ego.
So,
I would say it's pride, ego, and greed that does it to everybody. You want to have more than the next person. You want to be on top of the next person instead of just, dude, if we both go out there and kill it, no matter where they book us, we money.
Yeah.
No matter where they book us, we're the match of the night. And I mean, everybody else got to get better. That's when they started doing the NXT before the main pay-per-views. I know they were watching NXT like, shit. Okay, that was really good. How do we get to them? They killed it. You know what I'm saying?
Do I want to be the top guy everywhere I wrestle?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely, I want to be number one, but number two, whatever the kid situation is. I've already said that. But I understand when, guess what? I need you to open the show. Guess what? I need you to go before intermission. Because there's a reason they're putting me there. There's a reason that they say, Darius, I need you as the first match after intermission, which is historically one of the most difficult parts on the card. For me, I'm opening the second half. So I have to reinvest people again. I take pride in that because that's what you're saying is you trust me to get people back there. Catalyst Wrestling, you wouldn't believe how many times they'll tell me, hey, Darius, we want you to go out there and do a 3-minute promo. And then they're like, oh, you know what? Can you go a little longer? Because we have a mic issue. We have sound issues. We have technical issues, something we need to cover up. Okay. And I can go out there for 7-8 minutes and entertain and do what I'm supposed to do with a casual crowd that has never seen wrestling before in their life.
Sometimes he's done it.
These are people that they're going to Chilo's, they're drinking, eating tacos. Maybe Julia Stiles is in the back somewhere because she was at the show a few ago. And it's like
I was sold at tacos.
All right.
Totally sold that taco.
All right now. It's Brooklyn, July 8th.
Oh.
But anyway,
Ray wants you to settle this.
That's what I'm talking about.
Mr. Darius Carter, Ray wants you to settle this question that we have.
Oh, no.
Is it pronounced Brooklyn or the Brooklyn?
Why would there be a the?
Thank you.
You see, like,
thank you.
Everyone was taught wrong. The is silent.
Apparently.
The is silent.
The is silent.
No, don't.
Why isn't it written?
Because he's stupid.
No, because people just do it wrong, and because it's like the Bronx, the Brooklyn.
You were doing so good.
I mean,
you were doing so good, and then you went here.
I'm just saying.
Why?
Listen, it's documented somewhere. If you bang it,
no.
Yeah.
No.
Darius, we apologize for our two co-hosts right here.
We apologize.
First of all, I just want to make a point that look at
he said it's. I like how he's trying to defend himself. He's like, it's documented somewhere. Where?
You gotta bing it. It's in encyclopedias.
Oh,
in encyclopedias.
Yes.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, this is it's
You think I haven't read or am familiar with most encyclopedias? Most American encyclopedias on earth.
Yeah, but you're reading the Webster's encyclodias. You gotta read the Jorge's encyclopedias.
Sir.
Jorge.
What?
Yes,
Sir.
he's older than Webster.
Sir.
I'm telling you.
No.
Just like they stole the light bulb. Edison stole the light bulb from Tesla. Webster stole the dictionary from
drop
Jorge.
on your head a couple times. Use it silent. Make sure that your brother can attest to this. We're going to find out. Sir, it is not called the Brooklyn. It is just called Brooklyn.
Hey, look, listen.
We're not doing this.
Again, because I work in business and you have to be devil's advocate because trust me, in the marketing, you got to work with a ton of people that you don't want to work with, but they're good at their job. Okay. If you can provide me proof of the Brooklyn, I can work with you.
Okay.
I can. But I need proof. And I don't need you taking a pen, writing it on a piece of paper, the Brooklyn, and you try or type it up on Microsoft Word.
1-800 in the back, that's full of shit.
Now you got too many stipulations here.
Now there's too many stipulations. Going and getting the truth is a stipulation.
That whole intelligent shit, that was just the promo I cut for you, okay? That wasn't gonna happen here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, great promo. 5 stars. Dave Meltzer.
Thank you.
Next.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Good God. What was that?
Again, we apologize, Darius, for
Brooklyn.
this.
It is. I mean, listen.
Gonna throw him off the bridge.
Everyone from the Brooklyn is wearing a Bronx Bombers hat, so they want to be from the Bronx. So we call them the Brooklyn. The Brooklyn's like the baby Bronx.
That's what you're getting
saying?
at. Okay, I get it.
That's what it is. But
I get it. It's a Bronx, Brooklyn. I get it. It's a boroughs thing.
He has a problem. He has to get out of New York.
It's like a filthy place.
Listen, don't be mad. Because my child will surpass your height within maybe 2 years.
Now when she keeps talking shit.
Right. One.
Yeah, I keep telling her the more she insults other people, the shorter she's gonna be.
But her mama's roots run from Brooklyn. All right, and there's only Brooklyn. There's no the in it. We don't want to be like y'all. All right, and I only reside in the Bronx because rent is amazing here compared to.
You almost showed something else.
It's just too goddamn fucking expensive right now. I'm done. I'm done with you.
What does it say right there? What does it say right there in Google? The Brooklyn. What does it say right there? The Brooklyn in Google. Yeah, so work with me, Darius.
We cannot
work
see
with
that.
me.
Where the hell is
that is so finite.
Right there.
Am I supposed to?
The Brooklyn.
You know what? You're right.
The Brooklyn Bridge.
You're right, toe tags. Let me go hit up Inspector Gadget for binoculars so I can go read
He said
how that small print.
No, listen, I got a fucking 4K camera.
This motherfucker. Wow. Wow. This is why we can't have anybody here.
Brooklyn. So GG.
Right there.
Fuck you, mama. That's a place? Okay.
Work with me.
The Brooklyn. That's the name of an establishment. That's not the name
that's
of
not the borough.
That's not the name of the borough. That is not the name of the
There's
borough.
an address under it, so that's a
There's an address, right?
Atlantic Avenue, girl.
Shit.
We
Wait,
going to the Barclays
time
on
out.
Atlantic Avenue. Is that where we're going?
To me,
Ray was on him. Ray was on him. You said, bro, there's an address underneath, bro. There is a location. You particularly chose a specific location.
No. See, this is how I know you people go to the same yoga class because you stretching right now. You stretching right now because
you
people in the other cameras besides Lay, you guys
this
right
is why
there.
we can't have anybody nice on our show.
You said. This font is too small.
Kenny,
the font is too small. So I tried. But then you see in smaller font, you couldn't see the big font. You saw the smaller font and nothing.
Shut your damn
mouth.
mouth.
The only thing that small is your goddamn brain. Go ahead and do that.
594 Google reviews.
We're doing so well.
Address.
595 reviews.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for my friend.
You are in so much pain.
Yeah.
Toe tags. I
How am I in pain? Why? Because
You're-
I had
you're-
You're,
the-
bro,
when you just
man.
put yourself through to defend that. I don't.
Yeah.
I want to let you have it. Almost. I mean, you dragged yourself through coal. You put yourself in a saw trap just to defend that. If you got to go that far to defend it,
there's plenty of
I
hills
was in
I've
a
died
whole
on.
car ride with him as he was defending this for a solid 30-something
Yes.
minutes,
There's
and
a whole 5-minute
all
video.
the assholes around me, including Lay, that little fucker in the corner down there, kept calling it the Brooklyn. The asshole next to me, Jose, kept calling it the Brooklyn. And I can't kill the fucking driver because the driver is tow, and I was never going to get to fucking Brooklyn if I wouldn't kill that asshole for saying,
listen, we was going over the
see how you
Brooklyn
got me?
Bridge
Why you got me like this? I
Brooklyn
was
so we could
so
watch the
well.
Battle Club Pro
Sir.
event.
You fucking
It just
disrespectful fucker, man. I
Sounds so
can't
much better.
fucking hate you.
Yo,
I'm
Toe.
glad that my daughter cursed your ass out. I really
Gigi
am.
has a message for you.
By being antagonists, it worked.
Yes.
So as soon as we got there, we told Ray. Ray was riled up.
Yeah.
We told Kenny riled up. Antagonists rile people up. We took you through the emotional ride. Carter can attest to this. Am I wrong?
Yeah, that's maniacal. How you straight up chose a specific location and tried to pass it off as the actual town or state or city of Brooklyn. That was cute because there legitimately was an address at the bottom.
Well,
with Yelp reviews.
Yeah,
Yelp reviews.
Mr. Darius Carter, just between me and you, Gigi, close your ears.
Okay.
That was the address to the Brooklyn Hotel.
I know.
I thought you couldn't see the font. You couldn't see it.
I
when
was
it
trying to
Brooklyn,
get you
but
to
now that
admit it. I was giving you chances to admit it.
Giving me the chances. I'm never wrong. My shit always works sometimes.
Sometimes. Exactly.
I'll put these back on to see through the
Yo,
bullshit.
listen, man. I got yelled at by Cosmic at the show. I need something, all right?
Yeah, you need to see what's the name with the drinks at the next one. Bring that Dominican Republic liquor from the Lake of Minnetonka.
That was me. I brought that.
Blessed by Prince.
I brought that.
Yeah.
And shit, I got some marijuana at the job. You got to ferment it with some other shit. I heard the word ferment, and I said, you know what? Hold on, time out. I need a young priest and a new priest. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. I see a piece of wood in this bottle. You do it. I don't drink, so I don't know what the fuck this is. I just see wood, and it's supposed to be
Mama
liquor. Mama want what?
No, he's talking about the name is Mama Juana. That's what they call her.
I was gonna say shit. Listen, I'm a real man when it comes to liquor. I drink pina coladas.
Trust me.
When you learn Spanish, so
you want to drink that, Toe?
Naturally.
No, I had Mama Juana when I was younger, and why you think I got on my fucking
body? Mama Juana's
Mama Juana. Why do you emphasize Juana like quick?
Yeah, Mama Juana. Mama Juana.
Hey, so what's your favorite type of wrestling match?
Mama Juana.
We were getting so close, like it was going good.
We made it.
There's a little bit of sadness here.
I like to think that Bobby the Brain Heenan, modeled his shit, after me. You know what I'm saying? He went into the future. He saw me. He said, "This is a fucking guy right here," and then he became me. You know what I'm saying? It's true.
Yeah, it's bold, brother.
Listen, man.
If
there's anything that I am, it's bold. All right.
Yeah.
Shoot for the sky. Have a dream, shoot for the sky, and what the fuck? Shut up, show. I'm trying to say this shit right. You keep interrupting me.
Week over week, this is what I do. And sometimes it's just me. I am so sorry.
I interrupt him when I don't
my bald-headed friend that his screen is right
Dusty
next
Rose
to you.
But you know what? Fuck it, though. We're out there.
Listen,
I don't understand how I'm the one that smokes and drinks, and you are the one that goes completely off the rails, like as if you were high.
I don't need help.
You need help.
Hold on,
$52 trillion watch. I don't smoke nor drink. I don't need help being stupid. My uncle proved to me already I was stupid. Yeah, it's like that. I turn it on.
Oh,
people afraid of
to it. Oh no.
Yeah. We honest. We both stupid.
Just like how you say you're not afraid to be in a room with people. I'm not either. I turn the corner and boom, there you go. Now you wish you wasn't here.
That's fair. I gotta respect that.
Oh my god.
I gotta respect that.
Listen, they don't understand what I'm doing because I'm wearing Cosmic down.
Oh my
I'm
No.
God.
weighing it down.
No.
You know what I'm saying? You
No.
see the hip movement right there? I'm weighing it down.
No.
Hey,
shit.
Bernie,
This
can
is
we
part of
get
my
him?
master plan.
That's
You know
stalking.
what I'm saying? Like
That's
shit,
stalking.
you
Flat
get
on
the
the
fucking
face. I'm sorry.
percolating over here.
Pause.
You are
Shit.
so far away from the
Listen.
Lord, it is sad.
Yo, listen,
Mhm.
man. I can't
Yeah,
help
we
it
were
if
talking-
Mercedes Monet want me to.
Yeah, wow.
Damn.
It's
Stop.
true.
Just the shirt.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, he puts
She
that shirt on.
purposely
Ain't no
broke her
hide.
ankle so that way I could be concerned with her.
Ooh. So you could think of me.
This interview
You know
was
what's funny?
going so
Right.
well.
I'm gonna back that up because you know what? The
Ray, we
boldness
were
of
doing
that.
so good. We had
You cannot not admire that.
You
Yeah,
think
like-
you
That's-
wear this
that's
tie
the
for
hammer,
no
bro.
reason?
You
This
gotta
is one of
admire
my best ones, Mr. Carter.
Yo, I'm getting a message from Darius right after this. Ray, what the fuck are you doing?
The word best is so overused.
I don't have many ties.
This is your only tie.
No, I have one with Mickey Mouse
Why
all
did you do
over it,
that
okay?
to him? Why did you do
Okay.
that to him?
No, listen, I could pull out a whole hanger full of ties. I got like
He
7
said
of
his
them.
only tie. Why did you
Listen.
do
Well,
that
yo,
to him?
first off, show you look like you borrowed that jacket from a homeless man, all right? So don't
Listen,
talk shit.
you told me exquisite. We don't know what that means. Just give me
Oh
a
my
jacket.
God.
He's talking about you, Lay? Because he's saying this we shit real quick.
Got a black Adam
Nah.
Clearly, that was the
He's
guy that
talking to
said
you,
it.
brother.
He was
Don't
not
put
me.
Lay in it. Don't
You
put
looking
nobody in
dapper.
it.
Come on, man.
This is
You,
I tried.
your soul is in anguish. I wish you well.
yeah.
I look
And
like
I'm
the guy on
sleeping
Get
like
Out.
a baby.
Screaming for help.
Yeah.
I can't even. You gotta let that one die. I let him die. You know.
Nah, man, yo, this is what I do.
Oh yeah, yeah, you do it well.
This is what I. You see the face on Ray? You see Ray's face? I live for shit like that. I love seeing Gigi go, oh my God, this motherfucker, I'm out.
Hey,
it
listen,
makes,
that's
it
the
makes
face,
me
yeah.
See,
feel
but
like
at least
playing the role of the
at live
antagonist.
events, people
You
walk away from
understand
it.
why I love it so much. There's nothing better. That is my gift to the world, is allowing people to have like an awareness, you know, like a lot of people that don't even, you know, you can come to a show and just not know what the hell is going on. But one thing you will be certain of is that you utterly despise me. you will know, you will be like, wow, I don't know what happened. Those matches were fun. I liked a lot of what I saw, but that guy, that one guy, and you know who I'm talking about? That guy, I hated him.
Yep.
Again, to have, you know, Gigi, to have, you know, your child be able to emulate that all of that is so imperative. That's so much more important than her being like, hey, I love that movie does. You know, for her to come here and to do that, you know, that is what it's all about. And if I can do that everywhere around the world and just like give everyone some type of certainty in such an uncertain world, that's what it's about, man. Like that's, you know, I get it. I get that, you know. And again, we just had that was an incredibly fun time the past few moments. I don't know what happened. It was like a television screen from the 60s or the 70s with the antennas moving. It's a lot of static, and you're just kind of watching and hoping for the picture to come back on. But the point of it all is that's what I'm here to do, man. That's my gift to the world is emotion, investment, and wow, like that guy, can't forget that guy. Like,
yeah, I hear you.
You know, that's the fun of this, and I don't think people think like that as much anymore, man. As much as they used to. That is a thought that it's not dead, because if it's, you know, you can't say something's dead if there's one person or two people still doing it, but it's. I don't know why that's becoming or considered a thing of the past when that's something that everybody should be doing. You know, you should be appealing to everybody. You know what I mean? You should want kids, adults, teenagers, all barking at you. Like all ages have an issue with Darius Carter. Kids ages 2 to 56, 2 to 72 have a problem with it.
Yeah.
I got beef with all of them. Little kids, adults, teenagers,
dogs,
grandfathers, great grandfathers. You can all take a plunge. You know what I mean? That's the game I'm playing.
I hear that.
That's how I roll, and that's the fun in it. That's where the money is. Again, I'm telling you, it all comes full circle, man. Ric Flair said it, and again, I say it again because if anybody's listening, and superstars, it's like, guys, man, you takes two to tango. You want to be a top guy, and you want to be a top guy for a long time. You better learn to make some people, and you better put some effort into helping other people. Because if you think that you can be the sustaining act for 10, 15 years and be the only one, you're going to be upset when it's time for someone else to get your spot. Now you're bitter because you didn't make anybody. So now you've been on top. Even though you've been on top 10 years, I wanted 11 years. Well, guess what? You could have had 20 if you went and distributed that.
Yeah.
Because if you have real wealth, when you distribute it, you don't lose it.
I think that's why I'm just a big fan of a Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho understands, I can lose 100 times over, and no matter where I go, I'm still going to be, if not at the top, close to it. Because Chris Jericho, no matter what happens.
He reinvents himself over and over and over again. It's such an art to kind of just see the way he reinvents himself to the modern day wrestling that it is today, or what it was 10 years ago. And what it was another 5 years ago after that, like the way he just kept elevating himself and evolving himself into different types of Chris Jericho we ain't never seen before is really dope. And the fact that we're still continuing that in AEW is awesome.
I mean, and putting over the younger talent like
that Matt Hardy of reinventing, Cody Rhodes evolving. I said it to Cody, and again, he definitely doesn't remember, but I met him, and the first thing I said to him is like, man, I loved your character evolution more than your wrestling and everything else, which was great. But from dashing Cody to undashing Cody, which I was there when he wrestled Rey Mysterio, and I think that was 27. And Cody's entrance with the newspaper in the background, and I just felt, I felt every moment of that man coming out. Like he was, and Cody, if you watched how he moved, he was so unsure of himself, and I don't mean actually unsure of himself. I mean that's his persona, but the way that undashing Cody felt, like he didn't want to even come out. He was like, and it's like the guy was in pain, and it makes sense as to why he's a wrestler, because he wants to unleash that pain. So stuff like that, and then he became the melding, the hybrid Cody, which was the both Codys, right? And then he became this Cody now. It's all a natural evolution to the point where it's like you've created, your character is full circle, your persona is full circle. Always wanted to be that way. And that's why I said again, when I started from Young Money and coming out and hop about the bed, turn my swag on, take a look in the mirror, say what's up, to no words in my theme music, Well, actually, I do have there's the breakdown where you get the opera, but still, it's a maturity, it's a different process. And then listen, as time goes on, it continues to evolve. But that's what it's going to be. You're going to see that. I'm just going to get older and older, but you'll see that age in my character. And then people will say, Darius, man, we thought you were this. People think I'm way older than I am, but that's because I present myself as that old school throwback, as that mature wealth that people are like, wow, this sophistication, it's real. It's not forced sophistication. It's not, this guy's putting his arm behind his back and looking at his nails.
Is just like so presented. Yeah. And it's there. It's just there. And it's commanding, but not in a forceful way. Because you just like, not for nothing, when you walk into a room, people want to come and talk to you because your presence is quite commanding. It's like, and in a positive way, not in a soul like, oh, I demand this. No, absolutely not. It's like, my guy, let me talk to you real quick. Oh my God. Like every time we see you, it's always great. After the match, during the match, we see what it is. We're just going to do what we got to do as fans. We'll boo the shit out of you. You want us to? Yeah. Got you. Here's my kid. Go ahead. She'll be like, I'm ready.
And if you don't boo me,
he knows it.
I'll work to make you boo me. That's my thing too, is I never assume that I'm the most over guy in the room, right?
Right.
So even if I walk out, I don't care if it's Battle Club, a different, same location every single time. I'm on the mindset that somebody new is there, that new people are there. So I'm never like, oh, I know I'm going to go out and get booed. Obviously, I know I'm going to get booed, but I'm always working for it. I'm always working for the heat. I'm not just assuming that you're going to give it to me, because that's not fair. And that also makes me a lazy performer.
Ah.
So when I go out there and it's like, hey, here's the entrance, here's this and that, I make sure to always walk all four sides, because I want to see who's in the crowd. I want to see who's in my crowd. How's that? I want to see everybody, because I want to see who I'm paying the most attention to while I'm wrestling. I always know where y'all are sitting, okay? This is what I'm talking about. It makes the performance easier. It makes the matches easier. It makes everything easier, which is what you want when you go out there, because you got to remember stuff. You got to be in this position, that position. You want to make it as seamless for yourself as possible. So if I know where people are sitting and who's going to react to what, maybe I throw the opponent out there to your side. Maybe it's all working. And that's the difference between a wrestler and a worker. A wrestler, there's a million wrestlers today, and there are not enough workers. Not enough workers that can go to a Chilo's outdoors in a casual crowd and make them really pay attention. Because it's very easy for those guys to be on their phone, and you can't blame them because they're casuals.
Yeah.
But if you're able to catch those people, and I look to them, oh my, this guy. Who's this guy? Nice coat. But the guy under it, not for it. Oh, but look, he's got the DC, he's got the lettering on the side. He's got on his boots. This guy's old school. Oh, he's got the high-waisted trunks. Oh, he's good. Oh, wow. Okay. The guy's in shape too. Wow. Wow, the guy can move. Wow, I didn't think he could do a drop kick. Wait a minute. All these preconceived notions people have, I'm adjusting it as the match goes on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you don't get all of me when I make my entrance. Sure, you have, all right, now you have a base of who I am, but you don't know yet. You don't know what I can do yet. And then when it unfolds in the ring, oh my God, he stepped on his arm. Oh my, this guy's brutal. This guy's merciless. And he's sophisticated? Wait a minute. Something's up here. Oh my God. Oh, what? That's your mom. It's a continual stepping process.
It creates that intrigue.
Every
Like
time.
now it's like, that's it. They're engaged now. Now they want more.
Right. Even if you know me, as you all do and will continue to do, I still am giving you something to sink your teeth into every time. And it's not letting you be comfortable. You can't be comfortable in who I am, because I'm presenting something different to you every time I walk out of the curtain. Even though it's the same, it's that persona. It depends on who I'm facing. It depends if there's a championship on the line. Depends where I am. There's a different variable every time you go out to the ring. And if you can remember that, those are the guys that shine no matter what. Those are the guys, again, like the Randy Ortons, where it's like, this guy's been wrestled in WrestleMania, and he's, the biggest crowds ever, and he's still so finite with detail that he doesn't lose that. The moment you lose that, you get comfortable. Again, there's holes in your game. Yeah. And the people that I came up with, the people that I came up watching, they don't have holes in their game like that. Ric Flair, William Regal, they don't have that. So if I can keep doing that and keep people engaged, and now young fans, kids alike, I had a kid try to dress up as me for Halloween like years back, and it was like that's different. Came out the suit, nice tie, and it was a Caucasian kid.
Oh wow!
So it's like, so hello,
yeah.
There's appeal. There's appeal. The appeal is real. If you want it, go get it. And I wish, again, I just hope more people think like that. I hope people try to make the business better and not just themselves better in the business.
Yeah.
Because there's so much room to grow. There's so much room for Carter and everything that I represent to continually grow. As the world changes and evolves, my persona is very much based in the real world. As a guy that's making money, as a guy that's well off, well heeled, and in tune with society. Again, it's like that 1970s, 80s, but it's so recent. It's so current. You feel like you feel like you work for a Darius Carter, or you feel like your boss works for a Darius Carter. Like you feel like a Darius Carter is that guy you don't ever really get to see, and you're glad you don't, but you know that he's pulling strings.
Yeah.
That's what I always wanted to give to people. You know, it's like, wow, this guy, I know something like that, or I know someone that's a third, like a sixth of that, and I hate him. You know what I mean? So it's very real, very tangible. That's the whole point.
So let me ask you a question. As fans of you, when we go to see you, would you prefer us to boo or to cheer? Would like,
what do you think?
I think boo, but you know,
yes.
Stupid.
What's wrong with you?
Well, we already saw what's wrong with me.
Couldn't believe that was a question.
But no.
No.
But listen, here's the thing. If you want to, I'm not telling you what to do. The whole point is, if you try and cheer me, I am going to make you boo me. I'm going to work to convert that, right? I welcome challenges. I welcome monkey wrenches. Again, like Logan Paul's in Money in the Bank. I welcome challenges. Listen, there are people, that's the thing too, is like, as I've been on the scene and stuff, there are people that will cheer because they're like, nah, man, like, I hate this guy, but he's good. There it is. And it's like, okay, good. I love that. But I'm going to work you and still make you dislike me. Even if it's in those moments, maybe you're cheering and then, oh, I do a moment. You're like, oh, you boo me in that moment. You catch yourself booing. You're like, oh, wait a minute. I want to cheer him. I meant to cheer him, but I booed him in that moment. Again, when you're doing like Janai, like when I took her toe and twisted it like that, I mean, you can try and cheer that, but then it's like, yeah, but we really like Janai.
Yeah, it's that despicable moment that's like, yeah, we can't cheer this. Like,
I wish I was the one screaming, don't do that. You don't do that to Janai. What's wrong with you?
It creates that emotion. And Darius has done it. I've been that. Yeah. I remember the days of the Crusade. I wore that mask. Again, just enjoy what they've done. And Darius to make work. Like, no, you're wearing that, but we're twisting that emotion to the.
That's what it's about. And again, I would come over, put the hand on the face. Okay, acknowledge, but still, ultimately, I'm going to do something somewhere that's going to make you boo me. And as long as I get that, that's what I need. You can't make people always do something, right? I can't grab you by the neck and say, boo me. That's not how that works. And I don't want to do it that way. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in, okay, you know what? This crowd, and listen, the match changes for me if people are all cheering. Now, I'm going to do less, and I'm not going to give you, and I don't mean less in terms of like effort. I mean in terms of like moves and stuff. We're going to do
cheering for you're not going to get. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. There it is. You want that? How about I put my foot on the back? How about I dig my heel into their ear? Yeah. How about I do something like that? And you're like, oh, like I really want to like you. You won't let me like you. And that's it. Ric Flair, again, when he was first coming up, like when he was doing that, you wanted to like the guy, but then he was beating up your favorites and and it's like, why, Rick? Why won't you let me like you? And like for me, again, because I'm my own thing, right? But I'm just saying because I drew from that. It's like
we love to hate you, but we hate to love you at the same time.
That is the game.
I mean, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
You are invested in your hate of me. That is the point. You again love to hate me, hate to hate me, but feel those emotions. Feel that and embrace that. That's what I want. That's all I ask from people at the shows. And to get them to do that, I have to perform. And again, I just wish more people cared about that. I think a lot of people care about, oh man, this is awesome, and I want you to say it was the best match of the night. That's great, but like wrestling fans aren't all wrestling fans for the wrestling.
Yeah, no, that's true. And and not for nothing, I don't know if you ever heard this before, but during my first ever indie event was Jobber Slam, and I saw you, and it actually made it easier for me to engage because I was quiet, and it's like I don't know who most of these people are. I'm here because I want to get into independent wrestling stuff, and I love wrestling, and I'm cheering like, oh, he did a crazy move, like he jumped over the top rope, that was crazy. You threw the kick at the kids, and I was like, what? And it's just so natural just to scream at you and scream at them, and now it's like, all right, I'm engaging in the show, and the more you come, the more you're comfortable cheering for people and all that, but it makes it very easy to interact with the match when stuff like that happens, especially for someone the
That's
first
what
time.
this is all supposed to be. That's what this is also like. You know, people will say like it's an escape, but for me, it's kind of, I don't know if it's just an escape so much as it is like it's still reality,
Yeah.
right? It's not, oh, let me escape to a fantasy world. It's let me enter this other world. Let me enjoy this world. Like, yeah, we got life bills, this and that, but let me.
We're going into the Bull Savers. That's all. We're just taking a leap over.
Yeah.
Right? And then, like, because you can just leap back over whenever you want. It's like, all right.
We'll
It's-
get back
I can-
to that shitty world in the first
Yeah.
place. We're just going to have some fun.
And I'm that reminder of the real world. In
I
this,
love this.
in this fantasy world, you know, I'm the reminder where you're like, like I just want to watch Rey Mysterio fly and watch this, and I just want to watch high flying. And then there's this guy who just won't. He just has to be terrible as a human. Why? And listen, I have and again, the whole point is there's justification for everything. Carter can justify every single thing he does. Everything I do is for a reason. If I threw a kid into shark-infested water, there's a reason why I did it. That's because if I didn't do it, I wouldn't get a title match.
Yeah.
And guess what? I care more about that title than I care about that child's life. That child isn't mine.
And some of these kids, they be saying some they need to get thrown into a Shark Tank. I mean, I'm just saying. You're doing us a favor.
No. Okay. That's what I'm population control.
Yes.
It's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
You know, some people gotta go. And Carter is that business sense. And what's great is that you guys get that. I don't always get them. I don't have get the microphone to always explain that part of it. But I think people understand that he's essentially a businessman that comes into wrestling and just so cutthroat, and it's very real. Because if you've worked in any type of profession that involves large amounts of money, you would understand why a guy like me exists.
Yep.
And it's not always fun. Sometimes it's torturous, and that's the entire point. And I don't think anybody else is doing that. I don't think anyone else is willing to represent that without eventually turning good and selling a bunch of merch. So because what sells me is my legitimacy to it and my commitment to it. So the fact that I don't switch it up, the fact that I stay true to my word is why people are like, oh man, you know what? We almost kind of like him because at least he's honest about it. But then they are reminded as to what I'm honest about. And I'm honest about being cutthroat.
Yeah.
And no matter how you look at cutthroat, it's still cutthroat. You can respect it, but it's still despicable in certain ways. And that's the connectivity that I thrive on. I live on that. Every single match, I live on that. I live on the crowd reactions. And again, I keep going back to Flair, but Flair would say that. He's like, he'll always listen to the crowd, man. He's like, a lot of guys would wrestle, have their matches, and they were commanding the crowd. And that's the point I wanted to make, too, because Gigi said something about me being commanding. And Vince McMahon had said something a while ago, and he said, you can either be commanding or demanding. And if you're demanding, I'm telling you, I want from you. I'm telling you that I'm the guy. If you're commanding, you just know it. It just comes off. Commanding versus demanding. You see that difference?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That and I'm so glad you said the word commanding, because it's one thing when you walk into the room and then people want to talk to you. It's another when you walk into the room and say, "Hey, everybody, Darius Carter is here." I don't have to do that. And that's very intimidating to people. A lot of people are scared and they want to think that I'm playing that up because they hope that I'm not actually a good person or decent person. I understand psychology. I know how people think. And people want me to be the bad guy in real life. So that's why they don't like me. They want me to be this jerk that doesn't care and only cares about himself. That's why my biggest enemies in this business haven't actually talked to me, or my biggest enemies in this business haven't had a conversation like this. They've heard things from afar. They've talked to me 5-6 years ago when I was newer into the business, and they made up their opinion about me back in 2014, and that's not changing for them. These people that sit there and talk to me and communicate with me and spit the business and this and that, they're not my enemies. So that's why I'm not sweating them, because my enemies don't know me. They've created a machination.
They know a version of you, but they don't know the new version of you, and that's what they fuck up.
Yeah, but you know what it is? It's like the old versus new is like, I feel like I've always been this way. It's just when I was coming into the business, I came up very old school in terms of protect your character and protect your persona and stuff. So, and I didn't always know who was a promoter and who wasn't, because a lot of promoters look like fans. So you can't. It's not like promoters walking around in suits and then you know who's.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of promoters I treated like fans because I didn't know that they were promoters. I know I've made that mistake. But that was also earlier on in my career. And it's like, if you're judging me off of something from 2011, 2012, and it's 2023, and you see the success that I have, you see the wrestlers that I'm facing, it's clear that I'm doing something right.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't end up with Alex Shelley if I'm this detestable human being that doesn't care about the wrestling business at all.
There's a growth.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, right. There's still a growth. Yeah, there's a growth. There definitely has been growth. And it was definitely tougher for me in the beginning because I was so focused on having to protect that character, because that's how I came up. And that's also, as a fan, how I came up. So all it was just reinforcing my belief of keeping the persona on. So you don't know when to turn it off. You didn't know. So it's like now, like after, that's why I say experience. I keep going back to that, because as you learn and you grow, which you can only do over time, you're like, okay, all right, I can understand. I get this, So it's definitely growth. I don't think I was ever a terrible person or a bad person, to be honest. I just think that I was trying to protect my persona, and I didn't know who to protect it from or against. Now you know. But at first, you're so busy trying to keep yourself right that you do kind of shoot some people in the ankles along the way. Completely unintentional. But again, people that keep me to that point, at that point, that's on them. If I met Toe Tags in 2015 and I kept the same opinion of him now without having spoken to him, that's not fair. You have to give people some sort of an opening to see if they're that person.
People grow.
So I get how some people felt. I don't get how people feel today. Mm-hmm. Like, if you feel that way today, then that's on you. I can understand how people would have felt 7-8 years ago. But
I mean, when I first saw you, in my head I was like, I want you on the podcast. But then I was like, because I didn't know outside of the character. So I was like, would he want to come on this show? Like, was his vibe the same vibe as us? Because like your character was very serious. So we never met you in person. So just based off the character, it's like, would he think that we're not like up to his level? Like stuff like that. Right. And then we got to meet you. And we're talking, and I was like, no, this fucking guy fits right in.
Surprise the shit out of me.
It's like, this guy we're going right at it. It's like, nah, of course, he's perfect. But,
But you should feel that way, though. Like, there's nothing wrong with apprehension. I am fine with, I don't want people to run up and particularly feel welcomed to me because I am presenting something. But I do want people to watch and from afar or look and say, okay, I think that there's something there. Like, I do want you to think. It's not particularly like, hey, I'm everybody's friend, because I'm not everyone's friend. But I do like, and I hope I'm saying this in the right way. Like, I want to be approachable, but I also want it to be, I do like that. Oh, should he? Should I? Shouldn't I? I like that. I like that play.
I'm
on
doing my
people.
job right.
I like
Yeah.
that.
The
Don't be too
curiosity
comfortable
behind
around me.
it.
Yeah,
Type
yeah,
shit.
I'm doing my job right.
Yeah.
Right. I like the seesaw. Seesaws are great.
Oh yeah.
I don't like it to just be, oh, and I guess that's why I don't ever really want to be like a big protagonist like that. I don't want to be the guy. And listen, people are great. I don't want to be the guy to come out and 7 million people are running to me and want an autograph. I don't want that. That's not for me. You know what I mean? I like to have a more succinct fan base of people that get it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And look at me and are like, all right. As opposed to, because there's a lot of fake love with that. I don't want fake
Yeah.
love. I don't want anything to do with fake love. I just, if you like Carter, you're coming to me for a reason, and that's what you guys did. You came to appreciate the character, and then you said, "Let me approach this guy." That's what I want. I don't want it to just be, no, I don't need that.
Yeah.
No, thank you. I'm not that person. There are other people you can do that to. I'm not that person, and I'm trying to say it in the nicest way possible. But like, because again, I enjoy people, but I don't always have time.
No, yeah.
So it's like, if you're gonna approach me, come to me with it. You know what I mean? Come to me with something you want to say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, and you guys, listen, we've been talking all this time, man. I mean, and it's like, we're doing the right thing, and I'm glad that we did this, and I'm glad that I came off that way to you guys. I'm glad that I do like that again. That seesaw, like, oh, should we? Shouldn't we? I like that. That's fun to me. That's fun, right? It's not like you're like, oh my god. It's like, oh, would he come on the show? Let's look at him a little bit. Let's watch him a little bit more. Okay. That's what I like.
Yep.
Because as I don't want to sound ignorant when I say this, but you do have this aura. Like when me and you first spoke, you said you levitate. You do have this aura, like you're up here, not like better than people, but like, okay, we know who the top guy, we know who the guy is, and then most of the people are like grounded. You know what I'm saying? When we don't know you, but when you see you, it's like, all right, this guy's important, but it's like he's not accessible.
We're playing double touch right now.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
there it is.
Yeah, it's those people. It's like
double touch, girl. That's it. That's how
you know. Because you know, there's a
I
difference.
love double touch.
Well,
let's play. That's to me the thing is like when people don't want to play, and this is a profession full of playing, then it's like, all right, well, like, what are you doing this for?
Yeah.
You're not doing it for the money, not on the indie level. So like, I don't know. I enjoy that interaction so much. That's just one of my favorite parts.
Yeah.
And the people that just want it easy and wanted to just come to them, okay. But it's fake love. There's a ton of fake love.
Yeah.
Because they don't know you, and they're just going off what you present. I like the people. Because guess what? I'm not going to do podcasts with everybody. I don't have time to do podcasts with everybody. So I like when the people I do it with are people that have been watching and have kind of been studying. You know what I mean? Like I like a game of double dutch. Like it's fun. It's supposed to be fun, and you guys are supposed to look and be like, man, like I want to get that guy on. You know, like that's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's exactly
that
how
to me,
we
you know, and again, I know it's a little murky waters. I guess we're getting into murky waters, but to me, that's where the uniqueness comes from it. And again, I want to make you feel like something nobody else is making you feel like. And if I'm walking into the room and people are thinking I'm the top guy and I'm not saying it, I am doing something right. And I'm telling you, people are scared to death of that. Some of these people in these high positions, I know they're scared of it. And they might think, oh, he doesn't think his stuff stinks and this and that. It's like, you don't even know me. You don't know. You couldn't imagine how critical I can be of myself and how I can look and say, I need to do this and do that. And not critical in a negative way, because it's not negative, but it's just, okay, I could have done this better, could have done that better. I'm going to step it up next time. I don't have anyone to blame but myself. I know I can do this better. And that's my mindset and how I keep healthy and stay healthy and never sweat on where I could be and should be and would be.
Because
you know,
that was one of the questions I had for you was, were you ever in a position where stuff came fast and you're sitting there and you realize like, am I this good? Or like you start second guessing yourself?
I think the only time in my career where I was like kind of thinking stuff over was when I had that whole Pete Dunne situation from 2017. That was the only time in my entire career where I was like, okay, I got to reevaluate a little bit. And there was just a lot of stuff that went wrong. And what's crazy is there was a ton of stuff that went right. Like Pete and I had a crazy good match that people completely forgot about or completely threw aside because of the incident where he got cut open. Which, long story short, was I had the belt, and my mistake was I should have used the WWE UK Championship because it was the beautiful title and it was put together. But I used the Tier 1 title, and I hit him with it, and it wrapped around his head, and it cut him. And what's funny is the same thing happened to Finn Balor when he was, I think when he won the ladder match, he won the Intercontinental Championship, and it cut his head. And I was like, that's the same thing that happened. It wrapped around, cut him. And I was looking at him, and I was like, and I saw him on the mat, and I'm like, oh God. I was like, my career's over. I'm done. And we finished the match, and he was really cool, which is all that mattered. Like, he was the thing that reassured me. He was like, don't say anything to anybody, just let it die. And that's what we did. We went to go find him at the hospital. He was gone, so he was never. I don't think he ever went to the hospital. I think. He, being a Brit, he probably patched himself up in a car and just went home. We went to the two closest hospitals. Like, there's no way he wouldn't have gone to those two closest hospitals. Like, how far are you going? He just must have hopped in the car. But that was the only time where I was like, oh man, like I saw it. Like, in that moment, I was like, I'm done. I was like, I'm not gonna wrestle. I don't think I'm wrestling again. Not because I don't want to wrestle again, but because nobody's gonna want to use me. And and I'm not talking about the edge
with the chair.
I'm talking about,
that was the ladder, man.
I'm talking about when Finn. I don't remember which WrestleMania it was, but I remember he grabbed the belt from, and it literally cut him the same way. I'll research it, but that was the only moment. Other than that, but that was because of a freak circumstance. You know what I mean? It wasn't because of, oh man, like this match or that match. Because I always know in every match that I'm giving it everything I can, whether it's the opponent is great or not great. Like, the opponent I can literally be wrestling a turd, and I will make that as presentable as possible. And I'm not going to blame myself if it doesn't go, or I won't beat myself up too much.
I can see it now. Darius Carter versus Mr. Hanky.
Well.
There goes a little piece of turd right there.
Gotta lay down for Hanky. Yeah, gotta lay down for Oh boy, I thought Hanky was the towel.
Was it Hanky? No, Mr. Hanky isn't. I think Mr. Hanky was the poo. Mr. Towley was the one that got high all the time.
From South Park.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but there's the poo. Yeah. Okay, you're right.
There you go.
I'm right too. We're both right.
Yeah.
But either way, like. That to me, yes, the Christmas poo.
The Christmas poo.
But
sorry.
Either way, like, the whole point of it is Towley is the towel. All right, whatever.
Sorry, I just watched like episode.
You know what they were talking about.
Not bad.
You knew what I was talking about.
You knew it. We're moving. We move forward. But you would still sell the shit out of it, no matter what.
Right, whatever. Let's say a broomstick. All right, like, either way, like. I know I know what my job is, and I'm going to commit myself to it. So I can be on myself and say, man, like, and nobody knows that. And that's not something I just go out and say because you show a little bit of weakness and people step all over you, right? So at the end of the day, I know my game, and that's why I'm so sharp, is because I am on top of myself like nobody's business. I don't need to have somebody coming down on me because I'm on top of myself.
Yeah.
So, that's it.
So have you ever had a fear of success when you were younger? Like when you first started, were you afraid to like?
No, and that's a good question. And that's a very fair question. And maybe it would be a little more humbling if I said I was afraid of success, but no, because I always felt like if I was going to have success, that I would be ready for it. I always felt like if I was given something, then I deserved it. I never felt like I would get something that I didn't deserve. I've never felt like you're going to give me something that I didn't work for, because I'm always working. Like every aspect of my life is working. Like I'm always working. Like I work 10-hour days and I blow through them. And it's like people look at me and are like, how do you do this? How do you work a 9-hour day and then go to a wrestling show in Brooklyn and then go out afterwards and then wake up early the next day and do whatever you do in life? And that's just the way that I'm wired. Again, it's like, and I keep going back to Flair, but when they talk about Flair and what Flair did, man, Flair would, he would wrestle, he'd travel, he would hit the hotel, he would drink, and then he would go to sleep, if even that, maybe get a couple hours, come back, go to the gym, he'd go to the gym that's in the hotel, travel again. It's just part of your life. And when you are about it and when you care about it, you're not worried about time, because you've got it on lock. And that's how I look at it. I can do a 10-hour work shift, what have you. Then I'll shoot over to Brooklyn in traffic, whatever, get to the venue, do my match, hang out afterwards, get home by, let's say, 2 a.m, whatever it is, do what I got to do, wake up the next morning and have my breakfast and go back to my life. I can do that. And it looks a little crazy to people. My schedule looks absolutely ridiculous to people. But that's how I've lived for the last, well over a decade. I've been since I was 18, 16. So really it's like almost 2 decades. So it's like, it's just how I'm wired. It's me. And I like to be busy. I like to be moving. I like to be accomplished. I like to feel like I'm doing something. Every single day of my life, I'm doing something. I never feel like I'm stagnant. I never feel like whether it's in the workplace or outside of the workplace, I always feel like I'm bettering myself or getting something done. So I've never felt like, oh man, here's a success that I don't deserve or I'm not ready for. Because if I got it, I'm ready for it. So now I need to make sure, maybe if anything, that makes you step it up. If anything, a lot of people get a trophy and they relax. I get a trophy and I'm like, next gear, let's go. I need another one. I need a bigger one.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people that don't have that mindset anymore. They just feel like they woke up, so I deserve all this stuff.
Yeah.
I don't, when I debut at a promotion, I'm not, oh man, I deserve the title. All right, I could look in the locker room and say I'm the best in the locker room, but that doesn't mean I particularly deserve the title, because maybe I'm not what that crowd needs or this crowd, or maybe you have a storyline that needs to get over first. My job is, all right, let me fit in first. Let me find my place, and whatever I need to have, I'll have it. I'll get there. And that's actually, it's always what happens. Any promotion I wrestle for, it's what happens. Warriors of Wrestling, I got there at the end of 2014, and I didn't get the heavyweight championship until 2019. Stayed there the whole time, worked through it. I could have been the best there for 6 years. Didn't matter. I still didn't have the title. It wasn't my time. Then I got it. Now I've won the title more than anybody else 4 times. That company has been that company's been around Warriors for 16 years consecutively. They've never taken a month off, never stopped. They may not be the biggest promotion in New York, but they're the most consistent. They're always there. They always draw crowds. Staten Island, Brooklyn. I am now their guy. I've broken records. I've won the championship more. I've had more heavyweight title defenses than anyone in company history. I've done a lot of things because I went out and earned it. Like, I love making history. I love being the guy that, who did this? This guy did it. That's my reward. That's my own little selfish reward, is breaking records, right? So I love that. I'm a big records guy. I'm a big numbers guy, because that's my history. So I can be gone tomorrow and you can be like, well, this is what this guy did. Catalyst Wrestling, 486 days, which technically, really, Colby had a little bit longer than me. But if you think about, and all due respect to Colby, but if you think about memorable reigns, who carried the company, who did that stuff the best,
the workhorse behind it.
And I take pride in that. I take pride in people going, Catalyst champ, Darius. People still think I'm the champ. Some people still think I'm the champ. They did the BRP 50, and they still thought I was the Catalyst champion. I'm like, And then I was and O'Shea's not at the next show. And I'm like,
Again, you look at the position you're in. Next show,
that's the position I'm in. And that's the position I got myself in.
I mean,
that's hard work. That's sweat.
Yeah.
That's like going to your job, and then they got like, not that they have your face on the wall, but it's like you're known for something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't need to command. I don't need to demand respect because y'all know me already. Somebody know. If you wrestle at Warriors, you're gonna know who I am, whether you meet me or you hear about me. Reputation. That's what this has been about.
And I would love to have you here all night. Like we could do this shit all week if we had that. But I know it's about to be 12:30.
Yeah, I still gotta watch Temptation.
Seriously. But we appreciate you staying on longer than normally we run. But like I said earlier, you're talking, I'm just listening. So like I said, we could be here until 5 o'clock in the morning if you wanted to.
we could. Thank you guys for having me. I didn't. I hope I didn't mean to talk over anyone. I know there was
absolutely not. Matter of fact, we're gonna give you the big speech so you can go ahead or promote anything that you want to promote. Oh, Father, Mr. PWI149. Yes, wrestling.
That's it. Darius
Carter.
15, as in 5, 10, 15, top 15 black professional wrestlers in the world today. I didn't make the list. Okay, so if you want to check out Darius Carter, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter /Mr. Darius Carter. Very easy. You see it spelled right there. Look me up. I have a lot of dates coming up. July 8th is going to be fantastic. I have 2 shows that day, Warriors of Wrestling, as well as Catalyst Wrestling. So again, check me out, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter /Mr. Darius Carter. Thank you so much for having me. And if you're looking for an antagonist, you're looking for someone to boo, someone to hate, or you're looking for somebody to care about, I am your man, and I don't have to say it again. Thank you very much.
That's right. Yes.
Thank you. Now, I'm going to go ahead and watch Temptation Island, which is Satan's favorite show.
Yes.
Terrible. Terrible. I should go to bed, but I'm gonna go and watch Temptation Island.
I hear you. Hey, listen, it was a.
The smallest guilty pleasures bring us the most biggest ones at all. Why not?
It's like, why? Darkness.
The word temptation is in the show, so fuck it. But it was.
I could never be on that show. I'd be clenching my chest.
Man,
like, you gotta get
I hear you.
Oof.
Which it was a pleasure to have you on, and you are welcome anytime on this show. Like, you can hit me up, like, give me the link, and boom. It don't matter who, what, when, where, how, both. We could be talking about comics. Darius Carter's in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
Wrestling.
We can do everything. What's crazy is we did all this talking and we didn't even get everything. But we will talk again very soon. And thank you all for everything. All right, you all be safe.
You too, bro.
Man. Have a good one.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it's your friendly neighborhood knucklehead signing out. Peace, everybody.
Peace.